And then just routinely check to make sure we live. Yeah, we're good.
What do you stream on? Rumble, Kick?
2 YouTube channels, 2 Meta channels, Rumble and Kick.
You used to stream on X too, right?
Yeah, during so I used
Twitter,
to I used to stream on X during the whole like battle thing. You were pulling insane numbers.
Yeah, I remember that. I was tapping into those.
Yeah. Well, you were watching on X?
Yeah, because it was just easier.
Yeah, shit. You know, we've played around with it, just that monetization just isn't there. So it's like
I always thought people were saying you can monetize on there now.
No, you can, but it's not good. You get what I'm saying? Like, honestly, this is how it works with monetization. Like,
where do you make the most money?
Twitch. So Twitch got the best CPM, right? Then it's gonna be YouTube. Kick doesn't have an ad program, but they have something called KCIP.
Yeah.
And
wait, but Twitch, you're making money off the subs, and you're making money off just views.
Yeah, but we're not on Twitch right now. Like, I'm suspended on Twitch, but yes, but theoretically, the live stream, like the reason I'm glad I have you on here is because like I know you think. You have to think about things on a business level, how everything works out, right? Sure. So, like, this is the business of live streaming. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have to be successful to really make some viewership. Shit. But once you want CPM, right? And you want some membership.
Cost per million, it's like 1,000, right?
Yeah. So, like, they usually give you, like, a rate, right?
Yeah.
And it'll like, fucking fluctuate. This is why every YouTuber goes on vacation now. It's shit. Like right now, because every advertiser spent all their money in Christmas.
So like, it's low now.
Yeah, so every YouTuber is like, yo, it's time to go on a break.
Yeah,
like, yo, trust me, like one stream in December is like 5 streams in January.
That's crazy.
Like with the same viewership, just because like the CPM just cuts. So if you let's say if you're doing, I don't know, let's say you did 1 million views and they were paying you like, I don't know, $5,000, like it's now 1,000. Right, and that rate fluctuates throughout.
When does it pick back up? Like March or something?
No, it's not gonna pick up to holiday season, but it starts to regulate back to regular. Yeah, around like the 3rd week. So like next week.
And we're still talking about streaming. We're not talking about YouTube.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing, because the difference is they're just running ads live.
Yeah.
Right. So like, they might serve a person that's watching this and add like 5 times. Yeah. While if they're watching the VOD, they might only get it once.
Right.
Right. So they put it on an interval.
Well, depending how long the VOD is. Right.
Yeah. True too. Yeah. And then, after that, you want to get like memberships. That becomes a percentage. And then, that's kind of like the main 2 ways you kind of like make everything up. Obviously, like shit, we do merch. Like this is our merch. We do merch. Obviously there's donations in it. But again, live streaming is
I see like, what's his name? Nick Fuentes. He got like that super chat and all that shit.
Oh yeah, yo, he probably be racking. Like, you see, when you have a cult following,
they pay to say shit on his videos. Like they
do the TTS.
That's what's that stand for?
It's like
text
to talk,
some shit like that.
Yeah. And like
that's crazy because you could violate somebody.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You know who makes bank?
I don't know.
Candace Owens.
Yo,
Candace is cleaning up.
Yo.
If
she's out here right now off that Charlie Kirk making.
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like,
bread.
Yo, at one point I was like, "It's no way." If I'm Candace, yo, you could show me like 4K proof that your Charlie did get killed legit. This and third.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The conspiracy theory is hitting right now.
It's
like
hitting.
Yo, I looked at her shit 200,000. Crazy shit.
Concurrent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
Like I'll give you a little bit. Like this is inside baseball shit when it comes to streaming. Like these dudes. Which matter of fact, Aiden just called me like 2 seconds ago before. You fuck with Aiden?
Yeah, he's cool.
Like.
Only issue I ever had with Aiden is him and my man Ant got into it. Like his old security guard. He used to be he's Ski's security guard, and then he went to work with Aiden for a minute, and they had some type of falling out. I don't even really know the details.
Yeah, that was a little. Yeah, I seen that. I heard he was getting whatever it is. Anyway.
Honestly, man, Aiden and him should fix that shit.
But once lawsuits get involved, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
so I don't know.
You ever get in lawsuits with these people, like these rappers and shit?
Nah, I never been in a lawsuit with a rapper.
Really?
Nah, I've been. Our company's been sued by people, but never by rappers, and I've never been in a personal suit with a rapper.
How do you usually take it business wise? Do you just chalk it up sometimes? Like if it doesn't go ideally, like I'll just take the L, get it back the next time, or?
Yeah, man. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, all right, you were contracted to perform 75 minutes and you perform 45. I'm about to go sue you for that, and then you're never gonna.
That probably happens a lot, huh?
Yeah, more than we like, but we can deduct pay, but it's like you're gonna do that. It's a leverage. It's all hip hop isn't about what the contract says. It's about what the leverage is.
Yeah.
You know, so like if the artist has enough leverage, they got enough draw. What am I gonna deduct their pay, and then they're not gonna want to play the show again?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you see me looking at my phone, this is the thing with live.
Gotta check the chat.
It's all dictated by the
stuff.
chat, bro. Like you're like a slave to the chat.
What's up, chat?
You know.
I need some W's in the chat.
All right, we're locked in. We're locked in. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Okay. Yeah, they're talking about that Candace Owen. Shit.
Yo, years ago, I didn't fuck with her.
You didn't?
Like, just, you know, but then, like, I don't know.
You watch her?
No, I don't, like, watch her, but I see the clips that trend on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, I understand a lot of it's, like, conspiracy, but some of that shit's hitting.
Bro, it does hit.
Yeah.
No, yo, let me tell you this. You're always going to win as the person who... This is why, and I'm not saying she's doing it deliberately, because I do think there's some, she's genuine about certain shit.
Yeah, no, the certain things I think she's genuine about, and I can't speak on all the stuff she's willing to, like, you know, because I'm not a content creator. I don't make money off my opinion.
Yeah.
I make money off concerts, music, and part of the concerts is sponsorships. So I can't voice the controversial opinion about any certain thing. You know, some things I gotta just keep my mouth shut, but I like to watch it though. You know what I mean?
That's a tricky. You always wonder that. Now I'm thinking that, and matter of fact, let's get in. By the way, chat, I see y'all in here. Yeah, listen, y'all, come on in. I see y'all on King Akademiks. I see y'all on the Academy. Yo, just make sure Kick is up, and then check on Rumble as well. Yeah, now they are putting W's in the chat. Lil Will, you still finally caught an act stream. It's all good. Now, yo, listen. This is one of the people who I'm most fascinated about. If you guys don't know, how do you say your full name?
I appreciate you asking. Yeah. Tariq is my first name. Tariq Cherif.
I used to be saying Tariq, yo. Like,
yeah, so it's like many Black Americans are named Tariq. My dad is North African Muslim, and
wait, you're African?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, my dad's from a country called the Western Sahara. It's in Northwest Africa, just south of Morocco.
Really?
It's illegally occupied by Morocco, but it's still its own territory. Like most maps will either have a line designating it or like a dotted line. It's kind of a weird situation. It's similar to like Israel, Palestine, Sahara being Palestine in the equation.
Yeah, it's so funny because like I've been like learning way more about like world geography, right? So I was born in Jamaica. But like,
Wagwan.
Yeah, so there's a part of the world that I'm kind of still like, all right, what the fuck they got going on over there? Yeah. And the more I kind of get into it and learn about that history, I'm like, oh shit, like this is like big beef. There's always like big beef, and the lore is always crazy.
Yeah, basically it was a Spanish colony. So my first language is Spanish.
For real?
Everybody from there speaks Spanish and Arabic, and my parents decided to raise me speaking Spanish. And so Africa looks like this, I guess, to the chat. Looks like that. The Western Sahara is over there. Here, just south of Morocco. And it was a Spanish colony, and when Spain left, Morocco invaded, and my people have been struggling ever since. But I call myself the lucky nut. Because my dad's got hella kids.
For real.
And he nutted me out into a white blonde from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, for real?
He stayed for
the first chick he saw down there, like, let's go.
He stayed for 3 years in America, and he went back home.
Oh, but is he still alive, or do you?
Yeah, he's alive. Okay. I seen him like. I can count on two hands the amount of times I've seen him, but it's all good.
Is he like super proud of you?
I think so. I don't really talk to him too much. He like reaches out to me, and I need to pick up the phone, but you know, it's like,
yo, give me a loan, that type of shit, or
nah. It's just like, yo, why aren't you answering me? And it's like, you weren't there, you know. It's like that sort of thing. But I need to just man up and just talk to him.
How many kids like does he have?
I don't even know. At least I think like 6. I don't know. He's got a bunch. He had a daughter before me, and my mom didn't even know. She found out after I was born.
Yeah, that's kind of more common than not. I'm not gonna lie to you, and one of the things I'm definitely most proud about, because I'm actually a junior. Me and my dad got the same name. It's kind of a similar situation. Like, dad, complete whore. You know what I mean? But he was married to my mom at a point. But this dude had like different family. He was doing whatever, right? And
bad man thing.
Yeah, and I remember, I think like me and my brother, we kind of resented him. Because like when you grew up with your grandma and your mom, and you're like, yeah, dad used to be here because they were married, but now you're like, yo, who are these other people? And you kind of also look at the struggle that you see your either mom or grandma
scared
have.
away all my mom's boyfriends.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
And in college, I remember I only forgave him when I was just like, because I couldn't understand. I'm like, yo, why would a guy like choose to be with another woman other than my mama?
Yeah.
And then I became a man. I'm like, I see exactly
all
why.
These girls out here.
I see why. Yo, and I forgave him. So when he called, like, I remember my mom passed me the number. I'm like, Mom, you know we don't fuck with this guy. Like, we're Team U. Like, and she was just like, yeah, I want, your father wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
And we eventually talked, and like it was good. I talked to him as a man. He died, but I was glad that I had that conversation with him, because like we had a lot of respect, and I didn't look at him from that hurt kid anymore perspective of you left me.
That's good.
I was like, bro, I get it.
Yeah.
We
kind of had that conversation too. It was like, yeah, mom is kind of, I love you, mom, but yeah, mom is kind of OD. I feel you.
So wait, do you go back home?
So I've been to Africa in my life like 15 times.
Really?
Like all over the continent though. But to the Sahara, I've been to, so a lot of my people live in refugee camps in Southwest Algeria. I've been to the camps a few times. I'm working on a project right now that I'm trying to, it's called 50 Years, 50 Faces. We haven't launched it yet, but it's going to be like a photojournalism project showing off the people from over there so people can see it's actually people. But yeah, I've been there a few times. I got to get back though. It's been a while.
Really? Hey, wait, have you done Rolling Loud? Like, you got to do Rolling Loud like Legos.
Yeah, I need to. Just haven't met the right partner to do it with yet. Because when we do the international shows, we don't do them alone. We do them with a local partner. Yeah.
Okay, and so this is where you're going to have to put me on a little bit of game, and I guess forgive me for my ignorance. And by the way, the people in the chat, we are live. This is not pre-recorded, and this is not what do you call it, like scheduled to stream. Like, we're live.
It's because it looks so professional.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm at the crib,
you got me looking mad pale.
No,
bro.
it's the TV.
Oh, okay.
If you actually look at it on here, if you look at it here, like you look normal, like on the actual thing. I don't know why you got to turn on the brightness on that thing.
It's a little pale on there too, but it's all good.
Oh, man.
I need to get some sun, I guess. But yeah, no, this live for real. It looks real professional. But
no, this is where we usually film off the record. Usually we go down to our other studio.
You know what I gotta tell them? It's 8:54 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, January 14th.
Exactly.
Now they know.
Hey, today's a big day for you.
Yeah. Dropped the lineup today.
Lineup announcement day.
Yeah.
How much work goes into it? Once again, I know people still reeling in. Yo, is this live? We're with my man. He's the founder. I just learned how to say his name. Tariq.
You got it.
I kind of got it. He's the co-founder of Rolling Loud.
Yes, sir.
And I'm excited to have you here because, like, honestly, I've always like wondered about some of the business stuff, like how you put together like live shows.
Yeah.
And Rolling Loud, I feel like, is one of the most profound hip hop concerts and like festivals, especially for the newer generation. I think it's just revolutionized shit.
Thank you.
So you put out the lineup today.
Yeah.
By the way, actually, you don't have to do it on the computer. I'll put it up here. 2 big performers. Well,
I say 3, but yeah, 2.
Well, I mean, we're talking about
for your chat.
Yeah. All right, let's go over the lineup first. All right. So, Rolling Loud happening this year. The first thing I want to ask, why not in Miami?
All right. So, first of all, why one show is what I'll answer first. We're only doing one U.S. show this year.
Really?
Yeah, and that's
you want some Drake Bad Bunny shit? You're not fuck with the States.
Nah, it's like we want to recapture our magic. I feel like people got too used to us. It was like, oh man, it's Rolling Loud every week, or oh, I'm not gonna go to this Rolling Loud. I'll go to the next one. You know what I mean? So it was like, let's do one show in 2026 in the States. Really make it an event. And then the reason why we didn't do Miami is because we really wanted to go back to May. May was always the best month for Miami. Like the weather.
It's my birthday, of course.
There you go. We got displaced from May back in 2021 because F1, the car race, went to our venue in May. So we had to move to July.
They were at Hard Rock?
Yeah, they're still at Hard Rock. They built a whole fucking racetrack around Hard Rock. It's insane.
It's still there?
Yeah, it's permanent.
The fuck?
Yeah, the Hard Rock Stadium has an F1 racetrack around it now.
Yo, I gotta see the viewership on F1. Like, when I seen them do some shit like in the streets of Vegas, I was like, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, I've been to the one. It's funny, I've never been to the one in Miami. I went to the one in Monaco, and we watched it from like a balcony. And like most of the time, you're not looking at the race, and then you hear cars coming, and then it's like, and then you wait another 5 minutes, and they pass again. Like,
what's the allure of it?
I think it's being around rich people, nice cars, women, luxury.
It's like horse racing type of thing.
Type.
It's like,
anyway, they displaced us because in our contract with Hard Rock Stadium, it was like any world level events like Olympics, World Cup, F1, like certain events were able to move our dates. So we had to move to July. And July was dumb hot. Everybody that's been to Miami in July knows that's one of the worst months weather-wise in Miami. It's super hot, and it rains like crazy too. So then last year, or 2024, December, we tried December in Miami, and the weather was great. It's like one of the best months of the year in Miami is December. But man, like getting people to travel 10 days before Christmas to go to a festival, it's tough. Like, so it ended up being a more like local show. And so yeah, the proximity to Christmas, and then also spending is like in December, I'm not spending on myself. I'm spending on my family. Most people the same. Like if they're going to travel somewhere, they're going to travel to see family. So how do we get back to May? Tried to work it out with Hard Rock. Couldn't work it out. We're aware of the festival site in Orlando for some years now.
That's what they do. They do like some EDC festival.
That's
there,
exactly what they do there. Yeah. So they do EDC there. So we're aware of that. And just like, yo, let's take a crack at it. Before we started Rolling Loud, we were booking shows all over the state of Florida. That's how we cut our teeth. Like we started in 2010 booking rappers like Currency, Wiz, Mac Miller, Big Sean, Kendrick when he wasn't the Kendrick Lamar yet, you know, and Wale, so many rappers. Like, and then later it was like Flatbush Zombies, the Underachievers, Denzel Curry's. Like there was an evolution of it, but we would do shows all over the state, including Orlando. So I actually lived in Orlando for 5 years. So it's not just like some random thing. We're very familiar with our state. We've thrown shows all over that state. And we know Orlando's a nice centrally located place to produce a concert. So the main thing was let's get back to May. But then Orlando has a lot of other benefits as well. So it's pretty cheap to fly to Orlando compared to flying to Miami and compared to flying to LA. And then also hotels. Orlando has the most hotel rooms of any city.
Really?
Definitely the most hotel rooms of any city in the country, if not the world. And so the hotels are pretty cheap because there's so many of them.
Is it because like Disney World's out
Yeah,
there?
you got Disney, you got Universal, you got SeaWorld, you got so many theme parks that require so many hotels. So it's perfect for Rolling Loud to have so many hotel options. Like, bro, the hotels during Rolling Loud Miami are dumb expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask. And I'm wondering, as you're like you're walking me through this, but you're like evaluating like 20 different variables already. You're like, well, some people use going to Rolling Loud as a trip.
Yeah.
Well, people want to fly if it's like 10 days before Christmas. They're spending money, but they want to spend money on their family, not just on do you have to go over like all of these things when you're like trying to pick a venue, trying to pick maybe an artist,
Definitely. You're going over all that. And you're also like, at least me, I was like irrationally fighting for Miami, you know, like in our conversations, I'm like, nah, but we can't leave Miami. Like that's where we started, you know? And I'm not saying we're never going to go back to Miami. I don't even know if we'll do Orlando again next year. Maybe we'll do the Super Bowl model and do a different city every year. I'm not sure. I still view us as young, entrepreneurial company that is iterating and figuring out how to keep going, you know? Because like the last thing I want to do is be like Rock the Bells and just like die. You know what I mean? Like we got to evolve with the times, which is why the lineups are changing and stuff. But I was fighting for Miami, and then at a certain point, I'm like, yo, I'll like my partner Matt, like he saw the vision early. Matt's like pretty analytical like that. So I was like, finally, I was like, all right, Matt, you're right. Let's rock it.
Do you guys get kickbacks from like the whole, like if you guys are bringing in like, I don't know, like let's say 100,000 people that's going to be there for a weekend. Hotels obviously are going to probably double the price of normal weekends. Do they ever like, you guys do partnerships with them?
So we work with a company that does deals with hotels, and then we sell like hotel packages.
Okay.
We don't make like great money on that. I think in the future we'll refine that business model to make it a more like legit, sizable part of our bottom line. But right now it's not a lot.
Okay, so Orlando is the venue, and let me pull up the salon.
May 8th through 10th, Orlando, Florida.
May 8th through 10.
Rolling loud, baby.
Now,
we live right now, chat.
Okay. So we got Don Toliver. How huge is Don Toliver? Pause. That's a pause on that shit.
That's a big guy. So Don is big. So Don headlined his own arena tour. I mean, he sold out the Barclays.
Did he really?
Yeah. Because my artist, I managed Ski Master Slump God.
Yeah.
And he was opening that whole tour, direct support. Shit was packed every night.
Don Toliver is that big?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, look at his monthly listeners right now. I think he's got like 40 million or something. Like it's like a big number of monthly listeners.
And Don Toliver is probably looking at
check me on that. I want to know what it is.
39.5 million. Yeah.
40. So big artist and album on the way.
By the way, I know he might be, I hope they don't clip this part, but like, I know he's probably like, so Don Toliver, when we did Everyday Struggle, I didn't know this. Like, he was one of the guys that would show up early. Like, we're filming in New York. And, like, him and Joe had, like, a real quick conversation while Joe was smoking. He wasn't on at that point. And he's Don Toliver now. So it's like, and I remember thinking then, I was like, Joe, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's always, like, a bunch of people that would, like, come early to try to, like, yo, here's a flash drive or whatever. Yeah. Damn, he's that big. So maybe I've been sleeping on him for this whole time. Damn.
You got to check his music, man. His music is really
I feel like I do. I feel like I've never not liked his music. I just never knew how much other people like his music.
Nah, he's always a favorite set at Rolling Loud.
Really?
Like his sets at Rolling Loud go crazy. Like and you know what I like about him too is ever since he got into like performing third to close, like second to last, and then like right before the headliner, he started doing real production. And I really respect when an artist does that, like invest back into their show. Because a lot of artists just take the check, pay the manager, pay who they got to pay, and don't invest in their stage production at all.
Yeah.
But guys like Playboy Carti, Travis Scott, Don Toliver, they invest in their show. They're building whole sets that are crazy. Like if you guys later want to go on YouTube and watch Don Toliver Rolling Loud sets, we got a bunch of them up there. You'll see the different types of production he's done.
They say he's from Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're getting at me and they're like, you're sleeping on Don. You tripping, bro.
Nah, yeah, Don is him. Super nice dude, very talented. The first time I ever saw him perform, we didn't book him. He popped out with Travis at Rolling Loud Bay Area in like 2018 or something like that. When he had Travis first like signed him. I don't know how long before that he had signed him, but he was platforming him at that point. They had what was the song? Can't Say. You can't say if I'm smoking hella weed, I'm on an alcohol. So that song was going crazy. I saw him perform then, and it was a great performance. Just the one song, I was like, all right, let's keep our eye on this guy. And sure enough, like he just
went crazy,
kept dropping, and yeah. So allegedly, I'm not over here announcing things, but allegedly he got an album on the way.
Really?
Yeah, like sooner rather than later.
Maybe drops it before the concert.
If that was a poly market bet or whatever, a Kalshi or whatever,
yeah.
I'd take that bet. There was a bet, so that's what I want. There was a bet on Kalshi. My son showed me this. He's like, yo, you can bet on the headliners for Rolling Loud Miami 2026. And I was like, well, first of all, it's in Orlando.
Yeah, you should. Oh, okay.
So,
okay,
but second of all, if I know who it is, but all right, so I legally I can't bet on it, but let's say I did. Like, can you win the bet if it's the wrong city name? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. I heard about some shit with it recently where supposedly someone made a bet. It was like, do you think the U.S. will invade like Venezuela.
No way, right before?
Yeah, and basically by this certain time, and they've made the bet, and apparently the payout was like frozen or it got weird because they're like, well, technically it wasn't an invasion.
Oh, it was an extraction.
Yes. And they got real technical about it. It was just like, yo, come on, bro. Like,
wild.
So I don't know. I guess you got to like read like the fine print. And apparently they do have good amount of fine print to be like, this is what's technically. Yeah. So I don't know.
I read some of the fine print, and it was like, they not only do they have to be the headliner announced, but they have to actually perform at the show as well. So they can't be canceled. Like they can't pull off. You know what I mean? Like you got to see it through to the end of the show. But it also says like in the other fine prints, like you can't have insider information or whatever.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm like, all right, let me just fall back. But I was like, man, I'm making a nice killing on knowing some insider knowledge there.
I wonder if they cap those bets. They probably do. Right?
I don't know. I just bet for the first time in my life. I got a betting app and bet on the football game the other night.
Oh, really?
I took one bands and turned it into like 7,500.
For real?
One band, yeah.
Oh, you
I did bet in the last 2 minutes of the game. I bet on the Bills, right? The Bills. I don't even know about sports. Like I know sports.
Bro, you must have knew some inside knowledge, bro.
No, I looked at my brother-in-law. I was like, yo, who do you think's gonna win this game? He was like, the Bills. I was like, I'm put a rack on the Bills, and then that turned into 1,900. And then I just started making little. I just kept like next thing. Then I put a band on the 49ers at 2 different levels of odds. So like it was like one to win 4,000 and one to win like 2,600 or something. I won both of those.
And they both hit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, so.
But I do not promote gambling.
Nah, for real, man.
I was just like bored. Like normally when my family's watching, normally when my family's watching like sports, if it's not basketball, like if it's a football day, I'm falling asleep on the couch.
Word.
So I was like, how am I not going to fall asleep? Let's try betting.
Let me tell you this. Having some monetary investment in what you're watching.
All of a sudden I cared.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep. It's not like I was going to sleep. Fuck it if I would have. No, you won't. Hey, well, for me.
Back to the lineup, though.
Yeah, back to the lineup. I do want to, before we get to Saturday, because there's a longer conversation.
Before we get to Saturday, in the chat, y'all, and spam his mentions. Send him your favorite Don Toliver music videos, songs.
No, they put me on right now.
I need Act to get up on Don Toliver. Pause.
No, I feel like I'm up on, like, I didn't know he was doing arena tours.
Yeah.
Or I didn't know like he could. So is that the criteria for like a headliner that they could go out by themselves and probably fill an arena?
You have, if you can't sell out an arena, you cannot headline Rolling Loud. What do I look like putting you in front as like my anchor that needs to sell me, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 tickets, for your day, and you can't even do 10,000, 15,000 at an arena by yourself? Like, come on.
Well, here's the thing. I think that, especially, I don't know when you would say, well, I guess, we're getting to the larger discussion here. There was a time that I felt that artists that maybe, fans' opinion about them, like, hey, he might not be the hottest. They would use Rolling Loud as like the anchor. Like that's their crutch. They would be like, yo, I told you I'm hot. Look at the crowd. Look at this. Yo, people are coming out for me when, like, I think most educated people are like, yo, it's Rolling Loud. Like this is an event. People are there, right? They're there for like 20 artists.
Yeah, but it's a balance though, because if your shit is doo-doo water, it's not, you're going to have a dead crowd. Like it's not going to be lit. Like you have to actually have music that connects. Like if you think you're hot, for example, like you could have catalog, but if you got new music that they're not gravitating to, and you try performing that, like it's gonna be dead. Like I see it happen to artists. I'm not gonna name names, but it's like, they'll try to perform the new stuff that's not connecting, and the crowd's dead for that. And then they perform.
I've watched a few. We call those like, oh, that's the water break. I mean, like, yo, let's get to the water break real quick for the next art. Hey, so that's kind of interesting. All right, so let me ask you this question: do you think so? In terms of selling tickets, how much do you think it's the lineup that sells it? How much you think it's like maybe the confidence in the brand, or like people just be like, yo, it's the event that's selling it? And is it related to the lineup from top to bottom, maybe a few top guys? Like, how do you look at like why tickets move in terms of Rolling Loud?
A lot of it like I can proudly say that Matt and I built a very strong brand, and our whole team, not just Matt and I, but we built a very strong brand. We sold almost 40,000 tickets, like over 35,000 tickets on the pre-sale, no lineup.
Really?
For this upcoming show. So that was a testament in itself to like the brand sold over half of the capacity of the tickets.
Is there a capacity? Because it'd be like outside, right? Like, y'all could be a capacity for outside.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it'd be like just fill up the whole city.
Nah, man, that's how you get life safety issues.
Oh, so there is, like, who comes up with that? Is that the venue?
So it's a combination of, like, you got fire marshal, police, your event director, like festival director, security staff, like the venue, like a lot of life safety people work together to, and, you know, there's equations for, like, disclaimer. So in the case I get sued again, I am not a life safety professional.
Yeah.
We hire professionals to do this stuff. I do not claim to be a professional at life safety. We hire professionals for that. However, with that being said, we do pride ourselves on producing a very safe show. And there's like some ratios, you know, like you calculate capacity at a ratio of like for every 15 square feet, one person, right? Now we know that when they get up in the crowd, it's a lot more than one person in every 15 square feet. But like ratios like that, sometimes for different areas, it might be 1 in 15 or 1 in 7.5 or whatever, but it's a ratio of square feet to people. But like, I don't determine that. The contracted professionals determine the capacity.
What's the most amount of tickets you guys ever did? Like for any rollout?
In 2021, after COVID, and 2022, we sold like instantly like 100,000 tickets. Like we sold out in an hour. You know, first festival back.
Really?
Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, that was a crazy feeling.
So when that happens, don't you say, "Yo,
that was with the lineup,
like week 2. we need a week 2 of this motherfucker."
In hindsight, probably could have made some good money if we did a week 2.
Have you ever thought about that? Because Coachella does that, right? But obviously they announce both and they go in.
I don't think we're
2.
there yet. Okay. I don't know if we'll ever be. I don't know if if it works. It's a lot easier to do that when you own your land. Coachella owns that land.
Are you serious?
Yeah, or Golden Voice or whatever. Like that Coachella. They that's why like that big spiral staircase thing. I've never been. I told myself I'm not going to Coachella till they book one of my artists. But that's permanent. That's their grounds. You know, I would love to one day own our own festival grounds. But that's why they got 2 weekends, plus they got Stagecoach. Like, they really take advantage of owning that land. Maybe I'm just not thinking of something, but I can't think of an example of a multi-weekend festival that doesn't own their land. And I'm probably wrong about that, but I just off the top of my head, I can't think about that.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. So let's get to the other two dates. I want to jump to Sunday before I get to Saturday.
Why be better?
And we spoke about this when you came to Carti's show.
Yeah.
And there was so many people saying, and even I was like, yo, you got to get YB, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's been like, I think about like 6 or 7 years since he last performed.
At Rolling Loud.
Rolling Loud. Yeah. Right? He came off a hugely successful tour.
Yep.
Right? And now he's coming to Rolling Loud. I would imagine that, like, getting him on the lineup, that's the thing.
Yeah. It's huge. I don't know if we talked about this on the stream. The last time he was at Rolling Loud, like.
Oh, yeah, because there was a situation.
Yeah. Did we talk about that on stream already?
Yeah, we did.
Cool.
But he still performed, right? Which is crazy.
Which is amazing. And then, you know, he went and he did his time, and for a while, then he was on house arrest for a while, and we almost booked him so many times.
Really?
Like, because they kept telling us, like, yo, we got a court date next week. Like, he's gonna be good to perform, and it just kept on not happening. And then when he finally did get out, or was able to do shows, they were like, nah, we got to do a tour first. And we were like, okay, fine. Like, I get it, you know, like, go get your money, right? They did the tour, blew it out. we had the deal done before the tour.
Oh, that's good.
I
think they'll hit you with an extra mill or something. They're going to hike that price because that tour was pretty good.
Yeah, no, but it was based on a sold out tour already. Like we knew it was sold, so it was like we made our deal, but it wasn't final. So I went and saw him at the Miami show.
Yeah.
I barely made it to the show. Like got in like in the last few songs, but I was there on business. Like I wasn't even there to enjoy the show. I was like, yo, I need to just talk to management, talk to the agent, and talk to YB and just make sure, we got to lock this in. He had a few like concerns. Originally, we were thinking about announcing just him at first, like doing like one headliner at a time. But that was one of the things we talked through. He didn't want to do that. He was like, nah, I need my name on that flyer with everybody else. So yeah, I have a very diverse hip hop. Like the music that I like is, anything from fucking Travis Scott to Playboi Carti, but also like I fuck with J. Cole and XXXtentacion and Ski Mask, but also like Rakim and Nas and whatever. But one of my favorite, and I could keep going. I just love all types of hip hop, just depending on what mood I'm in. But his album Top is like, for sure for me, his best album, but also I think one of the top hip hop albums.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I love that album.
That AI Youngboy, he has some really good projects. He has a lot of projects, but no, he definitely has some really good music.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get when you so building a lineup, and I'm really interested in kind of how you work. Do you work top down? Do you work? Okay, we know these guys we could probably get quickly, and we just kind of like lock them in for the weekend. We'll figure out where to put them on what day. Or do you figure out, hey, we're going to craft it based on, well, if this is a headliner, let's see who would be supporting acts.
Yeah, it's more than anything, it's top down, but there are certain acts that that you want on the bill that you can go ahead and send those offers out. And because no matter who the headliners are, you're going to want to have those artists. But yeah, more than anything, it's a top down thing. And it's not necessarily like about, we need them on this day, but just like overall, like, cause even if you're a Youngboy fan, I want you to like artists on Saturday and Friday as well. I want you to come all 3 days.
Yeah.
First of all, because I believe in our experience as a 3-day festival, but also from a business perspective, you're here more hours, you're buying more drinks, you're buying more food, you're buying more merch. You know what I mean?
So, and this is where we're going to get into the Saturday headliner, which is obviously, come on, Carti. And I wanted to ask you a bigger question just about hip hop, because I feel like hip hop has turned, in my opinion, where people like, I'm starting to see a lot less crossover of a regular fan that likes other artists other than their artists. Like, for example, and I always use this example when I'm kind of trying to explain how I'm watching how fans are reacting, because it's kind of niche, but it's mainstream. It's like a mainstream niche. Like, for example, when you guys had Ken Carson and Carti perform, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and then you guys had like Lil Baby Sandwich in there, which, by the way, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt bad for Baby. That was like the water break, you know what I mean? I've seen it, but in reality, that day I felt like it was mostly just Opium fans.
I feel that.
And Opium fans, they're not really trying to listen to Lil Baby. It's not that Lil Baby's whack.
Yeah.
They're just like, they like a different type of music. And I kind of thought about that from a festival point of view, where I'm like, well, if you have fans who aren't, because as you mentioned, like how you guys started, I think certain fans would be like, I'm gonna listen to some Wiz Khalifa, bring out a Currency. Like, yes, we might get a Big Sean. And they'll kind of have like a really decent, diverse palette of, this is dope. We're listening to all different type of artists.
Yeah.
These days, I feel like they're like, no, we're just here for this one vibe.
Yeah.
And that kind of fucks up the festival experience.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. But in our defense, like in that specific situation, we believe that people move around the festival, right? So if you're that Ken Carson and Cardi fan and Lil Baby isn't necessarily for you, you could go check out another stage during that time. But some people, we underestimated the people that just want to camp out and save that spot that they're in for Playboi Carti, right? So that was a bit of a disservice to Lil Baby, but he still had a great set, in my opinion. But maybe I had a different perspective. But what you're saying about like fans being so, championing their one artist or their one group of artists, I see that too. I see it way more on the internet though. Like, really? It's like in the comments, like people are like, sometimes I wonder if these artists just have troll farms,
or the bot.
Like, because it's like instantly, it's like they show up so quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see it a lot on the internet. But in real life, you're like hanging out with friends or you at a club or whatever, like people are rocking with all type of shit. So, but I feel you though. Like at the festival, I see it sometimes. Yeah.
And like to kind of like build off of that, like for example, Cardi's on Saturday. I feel like that's an opium day. Like it has to be. It's like catering to the fans. Like the majority of fans want to see Cardi that day. The fans are gonna camp out, probably do the most. That's their day. They're really going hard. Like they're gonna go the other days too, but like that day's they're really going hard. You kind of got to give them similar or like associated artists.
Yeah. So we got some. We got Destroy Lonely. We got Homicide Gang. I'm not looking at it right now. I forget off the top of my head who else is on Saturday, but definitely giving them associated artists for sure.
But I think that puts like, it makes it super difficult for you now though. Like for example, like I've thought about it and I'm like, all right. And I don't know, maybe these artists are charging like wild amount of money. Mm-hmm. I'm like, an artist like Meek Mill or like obviously these might be an older artist or whatever, but it's like just imagine. I feel like there used to be a way more diverse palette of, hey, yeah, you're gonna see Cardi at night, but like here's Meek, here's well, G Herbo's having a moment right now, but like here are these artists that might not be associated, but they have some hits,
yeah,
right? And I think like that, obviously, I don't know if I'm saying what I'm trying to convey like concisely, but I don't know if we're seeing that diversity anymore. Like it really, I'm not actually blaming the festival. I'm blaming the fans. Like fans are going to festivals kind of just to see one dude.
Like they already picked their favorite.
Yeah, like they're like, yo, I'm going to see him.
Yeah, but I still, you know what though? Just because you're not jumping around doesn't mean you're not enjoying it and getting put onto a new artist. Like I always say, the reason why Rolling Loud isn't a festival that appeals to just, or that targets just one subgenre of hip hop, that we try to hit all of them, is because our sauce is like, all right, you might like this type of rap and your friend might like this type of rap. But if I got 10 of these type of rappers and 10 of these type of rappers, you're both going to want to go. But then it's like, all right, this is my schedule of artists I want to see. This is my schedule of artists I want to see. Okay, well, I'm going to bring you to some of these and you're going to bring me to some of these. And like, yeah, I might not be a fan of the artist you like, but I go to that set with you and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get it now. And then it's like, because I'll see in the tweets and the comments like, yo, I wasn't even a fan of bro until I went to check out his set with my dog, and then boom, like I got it. Like I literally see stuff like that. So I do think the festival is still a place of music discovery because you don't really get an artist until you see them in their element with their fans and their fans going crazy, rapping word for word or moshing crazy or whatever their crowd control type of vibe is. But once you see it and you're in it, you kind of like, okay, I get it now. And I think at that point, you're more willing to like become a fan potentially.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just like looking at, and maybe it was never like this, but maybe in my brain it was, where I feel like people would come to the festival, they'll be like, hey, we know there's going to be a couple like gangster rappers here. There's a couple of rage rappers here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like, like emo type of rappers here. There's a kind of like R&B / rap type of guys. They're here too. And then we also have like a couple of the like nostalgia, like, you know, maybe like a T-Pain or something, like, you know, he's doing whatever. And the fans were like, we're getting a palette. Yeah. You know? And like now I look at it, I'm like, I feel like I could make a Rolling Loud lineup. I was like, you got to take Yeet, Travis, or Carti. Like they're like a mandatory. It's like that. That's definitely one of the entrees, because like I feel like their fans kind of power like that type of ecosystem. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't think you're wrong. Especially like Travis and Carti. I think Yeet is huge as well, but it's pretty clear that like Travis and Carti and Carti isn't yet on Travis level. Yeah, and I say that with all due respect. I love Carti, but it's like Travis went that next level of like being this, you know, stadiums, the merch, like the clothing company, like Cactus Jack is quietly gonna be like $1 billion brand, like the McDonald's collab, the Nike collab. Like Travis is more approaching Ye, Jay-Z type, you know, like and like just in pop culture as well, like, bro, you know, got a kid with a Kardashian or a Jenner, you know what I'm saying? Like just like he's just in pop culture in different ways, you know. He's in our movie, you know, like it's. Damn.
So wait, so
I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Maybe he is.
Wait, which movie?
We got a movie coming out.
The Rolling Loud movie?
Yeah, it's not about Rolling Loud. I don't know. You probably saw when like Owen Wilson was on stage and all that stuff. You saw it like, going viral. Okay. So it's a movie. And I don't want to give too much away, but Owen Wilson is starring in the movie, and Matt Rife is in the movie. He's a comedian. He's like a viral sellout arenas comedian. And then there's this kid that plays Owen Wilson's son, and basically they're like trying to connect, you know. So they go to Rolling Loud together. And
this sounds like there's another hip hop movie that's kind of like that.
Well, they get separated at the festival, and like. It's a comedy. Everything goes wrong of them like trying to find each other again. And that's as much as I want to say, but the movie's hilarious, and we're just shopping it around right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys produced it?
So yeah, we're executive producers on the movie.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. It's the guy that did The Hangover, Jeremy Garlick.
Yeah.
He wrote the movie, directed the movie. It's based on like a real experience he had with his son. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Matt, my partner Matt. He don't do a lot of interviews, but he met Jeremy. And Jeremy like pitched it to him, and he was like, bro, we got to do this. I was simultaneously talking to another crew that wanted to do the movie, but this one like fast tracked. We got in touch with Live Nation Productions, and boom, we got shot. Yeah.
Okay, so for like a top tier artist, because I think also the live concert market's changed a little bit. I feel like there's a few artists that they're moving, or seemingly at least at this time, they're moving actual hard tickets with their own tours, this and third, and there's these other guys that just kind of don't perform.
Yeah.
Right? And then...
But people know the music.
Yeah, they know the music. Yeah. So then it becomes like this almost difficult or like interesting situation where Rolling Loud, you guys are the bridge and the gap to kind of the both of them. But then the overall question becomes, if I'm Carti or I'm Youngboy, we just came off our own successful tours, why do Rolling Loud? Because
you're going from doing 15,000 people in the arena to 50, 60, 70, 80, you know, depending on how big the show gets, 1,000 people at the festival for one. So you're performing for more people than you usually would, even if you're an arena headliner. Even if you're a stadium headliner, stadium might fit 40, 50, 60. But if you could headline a stadium and you come do Rolling Loud, you're going to hit 80,000 people. But aside from being in front of more people in real life, there's the cultural part of it, like, and the amount of eyes watching the live stream. And you know how, like, we're blessed. Rolling Loud goes viral every time, like, during the weekend. Like, the viewership is crazy, not just concurrent views on the stream, but then streamers watching the stream also are doing their own views. Like, you saw we had Kai and Neon out at the festival in LA. Those got crazy views. But then you just have all the posts across all the pages, including yours, and Complex, and every page is posting Rolling Loud. You can really create like a cultural moment. I mean, artists like Playboi Carti, literally their whole rollout was Rolling Loud. you know?
Yeah.
Carti teased the album at Rolling Loud Miami and dropped it right before, like he played so many songs from it at Rolling Loud Miami and then dropped it right before Rolling Loud LA.
Is that ever part of the contract? We're like,
we've always tried to be like, cause they'll be like, yo, he's dropping a new album. And we'll be like, okay, we'll pay this fee if the album drops before and this fee if it doesn't. And nobody's ever down to do that.
Would you guys do like a deal for like you're premiering the fucking songs there?
Anything like that, I've never encountered an agent that's able to like get an artist to do any type of deal like that. Like they just don't want to put that in the contract. Their job is to set up their artist to be guaranteed to make the money and do the show, and all the extra shit is like, yeah, that's not happening.
So okay, so you're trying in Orlando. We got the main three guys. The lineup from there. Let me see who else. Let me see on this lineup I rock with and like.
It's who do you
listen to
from this lineup?
No, not necessarily from the lineup, but like who are your favorites?
I mean, on this lineup, I really like the British guys, SD Kid and Fake Mink. I love Pooh Shiesty. I like.
Yo, did you like nervously like what the fuck when like news kind of went out erroneously that
he wasn't booked yet when it said he was so. When the thing came out that he was in jail, and then you and others reported like, actually no, the label hit me up. He's not in jail. That was only a few days ago. He wasn't booked yet. We actually didn't have a deal with him. And then a guy on our team, Kelvin, he got on the phone with Pooh Shiesty's dad, and like
really
they made the deal like super last minute. And I was like, yeah, run that. He texted in our chat, me, him, and Matt. He was like, yo, I'm on the phone. Like I can lock this in right now. We're like, do it. Like run that.
Shiesty's fire. Hey, do you guys? Is there like a budget when you guys are booking, or is this kind of like you just get
this? So this year, in the past, we've had a $400 ticket at minimum, the general admission ticket, and our talent budget ballooned out of control. Like every year, our talent budget got bigger and bigger and bigger, and we'd always go over budget. You know, like Rolling Loud Miami 2024, we spent $16 million.
16 million
just on 1-6, just on the lineup.
Yeah,
and it just ballooned out of control. You know, it's just you can't keep spending more, but like there's no more room for people. So it's
wouldn't the idea be like, hey, listen, if we could give you, let's just throw some names. We're gonna give you Travis and Carti same day. We're giving you Drake, which we got to
nobody's gonna be able to afford that show.
Yeah, but wouldn't you guys then be able to explain to the consumer, hey, listen, this is a $600 ticket for?
It's not that what you just meant. Like at some point, it becomes like $1,000+ ticket. And
because what does Coachella charge per like weekend?
It's somewhere around $400 or so.
Really?
When we determined our pricing early on, when we were quickly expanding, we started looking at festivals like Coachella, EDC, and everybody was around like $400. And we were like, yo, we're the premier rap festival. That's what we need to charge.
You might have to up that price, man. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you.
We just lowered the price.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I seen like it was $299 for like.
Yeah, well, no. So we started at $249.
Yeah.
And then now it's $279, and then the final price is for GA is going to be $299. And like VIP's much cheaper than it's been in the past. And that's just like, yo, we want to make the festival more accessible right now. Like it's not. The economy is not great, you know. I mean, there's people making money, but it's a lot of people struggling, and it's kids and stuff, you know, like young people. Like we want you to be able to come. There's most Americans can't afford a $400 or $500 like emergency expense, or like have you seen that stat? It's some stat like that. So it's like, all right, well, $250 is more approachable, you know.
Yeah, then I would feel like, and again, I know obviously you're trying to make sure it comes there and everything, but like. Yo, I'm watching even these ticket prices are, well, obviously I know.
For the shows, for like the headline shows, yeah.
Like, yo, obviously Beyonce's Beyonce, but like, yo, that's rent. Like you're paying rent to get up in there. Like,
but that's also a much smaller crowd, right? You know, it's like an arena is 15,000 or so people, 17,000, 19,000, 12,000. It just depends on the arena. so yeah, they can get there's just less, supply and demand, right? So they can get away with charging more for those seats because, first of all, you're buying a specific seat. You know exactly what you're gonna get. For a festival, you got to be willing to be moving around and everything. You're not able to lock in a specific seat at an arena.
The Loud Club is like fire.
Appreciate that.
That shit is fire.
Yeah.
When did I go? I can't remember when, but that shit was popping over there. That's the place to watch Roll Out from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got bottle services. You got like a little vibe in there, man. That's like, is it everywhere? That's just like Miami, you guys.
We've been doing it in more and more cities. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
like we just had a Loud Club in India.
Really?
Yeah.
What they got over there?
Rolling Loud India.
No, I know, but like, what they got it like in the Loud Club there? Like,
it was like the same vibe.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Get a little curry up in that junk, cooking, like, you know what I mean? I gotta get this shit lit. Rolling Loud India, is it be popping in there?
It was popping. Yeah, it was crazy.
Hey,
yo,
wait,
it's crazy.
Who headlined that?
So that show was different for us. So we had our first ever headliner from the country where we're doing the show, like for our international shows. We had
Who's popping out there?
There's this guy named Karan Ajla. He was one of the headliners, and that day we did a co-headline thing that on both days. So it was him and Don Toliver, and then the other day was
just 1 billion people in India, ain't it?
Yeah.
Holy
and the other
shit.
day was Central C and Wiz Khalifa, and then we had like undercard of certain artists, Rich the Kid, DaBaby, Sheck West. It wasn't like as stacked as our American lineups, but the people came out. We did like 65,000 people, and it was a brand new thing for that market. Like they weren't used to that. And India is crazy because it has a lot of people. There's a lot of poverty in India, and then the wealth gap is crazy. Like there's some of the richest people I never met more billionaires in like a few days than I did when I was in India. Meanwhile, you're in the super nice place. We're in Mumbai, and then you're surrounded by like the trenches. Like everywhere you went, it was like trenches. Like, there's no separation between like you got a nice house in India, or at least in Mumbai. I don't know about the rest of the country. You'll have trenches right next door. Like it's not like separated at all.
Is there a lot of crime there?
I'm not aware of the crime rate. But when I say trenches, I don't mean like American trenches, like gang violence. I mean like poverty.
Okay.
Like the original definition of trench, like like shanty town poverty.
That's what they doing the stuff for the cow shit.
I don't know about all that.
My man ain't trying. Hey, let's talk about these sponsors though. Yo, so wait, how does it work? Because I remember when y'all got DaBaby to fuck up on out of there for whatever he did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I got DaBaby out of there, man. DaBaby was like, yo, hey, whoever wasn't in the parking lot doing X, Y, and Z, and which, by the way,
we didn't cancel him.
No, you ain't canceling, but y'all was just like, yeah, we not booking this nigga for a little while.
We booked him multiple times after that.
Really?
Yeah.
And the sponsors weren't like, yo, come on, man, this guy's killing niggas in aisle 5. Like, he's over here, like persecuting people on stage. Yo, get him out of here.
I think, like, that he got canceled for sure, and that sucks. I'm not saying I agree with what he said or whatever, but I think cancel culture is just so whack in general. Like, if you're a free man or a woman, you should be able to do things. Like, but whatever. He was, like I said, he was just on the India show, and we've had I will say it because he got canceled so hard. It made it so like there was less demand for us to book him, and I would like to see the tables turn there. With me, he's been nothing but a stand-up dude. Shows up on time, does his set, like he calls himself live show killer. He really kills the show every time. Like he has hits, like, and you forget all the features he has too. So when he does his set, it's just banger after banger after banger. He's a great performer. It's really unfortunate that happened, and I pray that he can get back to where he deserves to be.
So the sponsors are the people who would like probably pay money for like signage and stuff like that to be in and around the venue and activation, and maybe they sponsor a stage or something, right?
Yeah.
Like Sprite stage. Have they ever been like, hey, listen, could y'all not book any rappers who has lyrics? I don't know. Could be about whatever. Like, do they have influence like that, or do they?
I won't say which company, but I was told by a certain company that if we book Ye, that they wouldn't sponsor the show.
Yeah, they're done. They're out of there.
I still booked him though.
You still booked him?
Yeah.
They dipped?
They didn't sponsor the show.
Yeah. Oh man. Wait, what was this? This is recently?
Like the last time we had him.
So the word that I keep getting is that Ye is like banned from performing in like America.
He's not banned from Rolling Loud.
Okay, so obviously maybe you guys as a company, but like for example, I heard like the majority of like stadiums, they won't even allow it, right? Like
maybe
usually,
I don't even get that because he clearly is some stuff going on with him. I love that man. He showed me nothing but respect. Like he treated me nicer than any artist has ever treated me. He brought me into his world. He empowered me. He taught me things. We were working together. It was all good. I love that man. He's a great person to me. With that being said, he's always welcome at Rolling Loud. We're not actively booking him right now, partially because, you know, we're doing a cheaper ticket price. Like, can't even really afford to book him right now. Like, his tag is like $5 million a show right now.
Really?
Like,
yo, he's performing like, you invited me to come to China. I'm like, yo, can I catch the Miami version of this? Like,
yeah.
China is a little far out, but he's performing in like Brazil. I think he has a show in Mexico either coming up or maybe it happened already.
Yeah, no, I don't think it happened yet. That's sold out, and I had like an iconic circular venue. I'm not so sure, like, because he apologized to, like, you know, there's the video with him and the rabbi, and he apologized, and he hasn't said any of that stuff.
I think they want like a pinky or something. Like they're looking at him like, yo, we need a pinky or a leg. Like you're not coming back. You're not bouncing back this easy, brother. You know
I think
what I mean?
like, I don't want to make direct comments, but I would say that conversation is greater than cancellation.
I agree. No, I agree. Absolutely.
And I think that like to just push people that are saying things that are, whether they're hateful or whether they're divisive or whether they're fringe or all that stuff. And if you just try to act like it doesn't exist or try to cut off its access to stuff, first of all, that's just gonna make that whatever hateful part of it bigger, you know, and it's gonna draw more people over there and create a critical mass. But also, it's like, if you really want to, and I'm not talking about him specifically, but if you really want to get rid of any type of hate, like confront it, talk it, understand it. Where's that coming from? And I don't even think he was being hateful. It's just like he went through some stuff, and he thought he thought that it was this group of people doing things to him, and I think he's now realized it wasn't. Like, a lot of people take advantage of you in the music industry, period. Yep. It's all types of lawyers taking advantage of people from all types of walks of life. You happen to have lawyers from a certain walk of life, but it's all types of them taking advantage of people, you know? So, but conversation is greater than cancellation. I think, like, go reach out to that man, talk to him, see why he feels that way, you know? Have a conversation.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad there's always open door for Ye.
He's one of the greatest artists of our time, man.
And I think only because he's the greatest, he's still doing his thing. You know what I mean? Even though
he got mad at me when I said that he was one of the greatest. He was like, I'm the greatest. And you got to respect that confidence, you know? Like,
he's his confidence on another level.
Yeah.
How come, when are we going to see Kendrick at Rollout?
We've had him multiple times.
Like this new version of Kendrick. All the clout, the Infinity Stones lined up.
I think he's got so many Infinity Stones now that he don't give a fuck to perform at Rolling Loud, to be real. Like, we tried to book him, and I think they were I think it was a joke. Like, the agent was like, yo, I would need like 20 million.
What?
And it was just like, obviously that's not a real quote, but like, I think it was just a sort of thing like, yo, what's he doing at Rolling Loud? He's selling out stadiums. He's like, it's not about the bag for him. He's, you know, I don't know. I hope he comes back though. Like, he was in 2017 our headliner, and in 2022 he was a headliner, and he did some of our European shows as well as a headliner. I say this all the time, but we were one of the first people to book Kendrick in Florida, 2012 in Tallahassee.
Nice.
1,500 person venue. sold like 750 tickets. Like
fire.
Small show, you know what I mean? I'm not even certain if Kendrick knows who we are. I know he knows what Rolling Loud is because he's performed there, but he moves so presidential. He come to the show, straight to the stage, straight out of there, crazy
He's not kicking
detail.
it nowhere. Damn.
I got a story with Kendrick. One time I was on, because we came up like at when TDE was coming up, so we're super cool with like we toured Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, so we went to see them in St. Augustine one time. It wasn't our tour. Me and my brother, not my real brother, my friend, producer Henry, we went to the St. Augustine show. We're on Schoolboy Q's tour bus, and Kendrick walks on, and he's on the tour bus is mad skinny, right? He's like walking down the aisle. Everybody's got like their hand out, like dapping them up. So this is, by the way, this is like 2014 me, right? I'm not really shit yet. Like I've done some touring and whatever, but so I stick my hand out. I've booked him a few times at this point, but stick my hand out, and he like goes like he's about to dap me up. He's like, psych, like, you're not one of the homies. What the fuck you trying to dap me up for? And I was just like, damn. And then Schoolboy Q just starts laughing crazy, like, ah. So yeah, Kendrick's son to me for sure.
Nah, I think he has like I've heard of like a different sense of humor. I don't think he meant to like this.
But it was fun. It was funny, but it was real embarrassing for me too.
Yeah,
you know, like my face probably got all red and shit. You know, and like. But I think
Kendrick is so like white people, man. Let's keep it a beam, man. That's why he beefing with Drake, man. The half white side of him. He's like, man, you don't have to. Nah, I'm playing. But well, okay. So I did want to ask about Drake, but before then, as we just talked about Kendrick, we have been talking about headliners. Mm-hmm. How does it work with production? Yeah. So Carti and Youngboy and Don Toliver. Is production built into their fee? Like I would imagine for guys lower on the list, like, yo, you're gonna go up there. We might have a couple pyrotechnics or whatever, but we're not giving you a whole fucking full on thing. You know what I mean? Like, but for the guys who are headliners, they want that, or they're gonna demand that. Actually, yeah. Are you guys footing the bill for that? Is it all in fee? Do they, if they just got off tour, do they get to bring their tour shit there? How does that work?
So the thing about this game is no rules. Like I said earlier, it's like all leverage. You know, it's all what power do you have to negotiate what you want. More often than not, it's for a headliner, it's an all-in deal. So your production is your expense. However, there are some deals where it's plus a production budget that they can spend from. And that's just basically a negotiation, right? Sometimes it's like, all right, fine, we agree to the fee, but he needs this 100 or 250K or whatever in production, and you're just like, fuck, we really need this artist. Sometimes we say yes, sometimes we say no. You know, it's just negotiation thing, and you know, what options do you have, right? But as far as like the pyro and the cryo, we're pretty liberal with, like, we provide a good amount of that for free because it's like just part of our festival package, but the headliner amounts of it, they're coming out of pocket for you know, a lot of that.
Okay, so it's more like an all-in deal.
Yeah,
interesting.
But like the fireworks show at the end of the night, that's us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Drake.
Yeah.
How come we have? When is Drake headlining?
You'd have to ask him. Like we've sent the offer so many times. You guys were streaming. I don't know if it was your stream or Aiden's stream.
Yeah, we were both streaming.
And then the Clippers put a headline that we offered Drake $10 million. I never offered Drake $10 million. I never said I offered Drake $10 million. And by I mean we, you know, my company, my partner, Matt, and I. We've never offered.
Did you get to a monetary portion?
Yeah, we always send offers. Like, we know exactly who to send the offers to, the booking agent. And we've also sent offers directly to management.
Wait, is 10 like too low or is too high? Like, well, I don't get it.
I don't know, but we never got to 10. The most we ever offered was our max offer, which I don't really want to say what our max offer is, but it's less than 10.
But not to Drake, someone else.
No, we offered Drake our max offer.
Oh shit!
But it was never like, hey, we're not doing it because the money. It was always like, yeah, this year it's not gonna work for this reason, or this year, like maybe next year, it was a lot of like, oh, next year. The last thing we heard was like, oh, we want to make it special. You know, like,
yeah, but so now I'm thinking math, and
we were like, yo, we were like 3 nights of Drake, or we were like, yo, OVO day, or
nah,
like,
you can't get 3 nights of Drake for $10 million now. Come on, bro.
I'm not saying what the fee would be, but what I'm saying
Drake's
is
pulling like $4 million per night.
With Drake, like what we were told, it's not about the money. We got to figure out a way to make this special.
You know who Drake is? Drake is Jewish. It's all about the money.
No, it was like, first of all, I get that, but what we were told by them is you got to figure out a way to make this special outside of the money.
Okay. So like, let's make it
make it make sense for this artist that's, self-proclaimed big as the Super Bowl to come perform at your little Rolling Loud, But like they didn't sun us like that. I met him. He's expressed tremendous respect for Rolling Loud. Like, he watches the streams and stuff. Like he's
who are you having these conversations? So you talk directly to the artist, or you're just talking to the agent at this point, right?
So the talking about watching the stream and stuff?
No, talk like when you were trying to get him.
Okay, so there's the booking agent. We've sent offers to the booking agent all the time, but also like directly to
That's the guy he just fired.
Which one, Brent Smith?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he fired him.
You fired him. Dude represents Kendrick, the ops.
I always thought that was crazy.
That was crazy, right?
Yo, shout out Brent Smith. He's like,
yo, he was probably dumb. He was like, yo, man, give this to Dot. Yo, is that crazy though? Like in terms of like, I mean, let's extrapolate and take it off of Drake, Kendrick. If a booking agent represents like 2 rival artists, is it a conflict of interest? Because like I would imagine like maybe like your entertainment lawyer representing you and also the label clearly is, right? But like, is it a conflict of interest if your booking agent also reps your op and y'all are kind of like 1A and 1B?
I wouldn't say it's a conflict of interest, but I would say you're gonna feel the type of way you start seeing if you're wanting bookings and you start seeing the other guy getting a bunch of bookings that you want. All right, you got to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think he helped book? No, the Super Bowl. There's no booking agent you need for that. Just Jay-Z.
That's Jay-Z picking up the phone. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be tight, be like, yo, this motherfucker's get on my leftovers right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you sure he got fired?
Got fired. I reported on him.
Are you sure he didn't just move to Wasserman with Brent Smith?
Nah, got him out of there.
Brent Smith was at William Morris, and then he moved to Wasserman.
I know.
I haven't talked to Brent about it. But aside from Brent, we would talk to Future the Prince, Drake's friend and manager.
Billboard report on it, November 13th. Drake drops him. Okay. Peace. Deuces. No more.
I guess I wasn't really
after a decade.
So
yeah, because he went to Wasserman, yeah.
Who went to Wasserman? Brent.
Yeah.
So we used to talk to Brent. We would talk to Future the Prince. And
by the way, I never spoke to Drake about that. But from the heavy insiders, and I'm like, really, I know a good amount of people in the agent world. They were like, yo, Drake was like, enough is enough. I'm out of here, man. You can't rep the op him. You got to pick a side.
Imagine like, you're in sports. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
You're out here when, rest in peace, Kobe, but Kobe and LeBron in the league at the same time. I doubt they had the same agent. You know what I mean? Yeah,
we competing. Yeah.
Like, I want that Nike deal. Like, I want my Nike deal to be the biggest one. Like, I want my Coachella deal. Like, it's like, so I feel that. And we'd also talk to Chubbs. And then Drake himself, like, I met him and he just showed hella love. But yeah, never got I hope he doesn't think like we don't fuck, because like this keeps coming up ever since I was on like whatever radio, Big Boy in the Neighborhood, and the shit went not viral, but it was like picked up by everybody, that us trying to book Drake, because he asked me who have you not booked that you always want to book, and that's what I said. But I like said the thing about that we had the idea for 3 nights at Drake, and that another festival was going to do it, and then
Wireless did it.
Yeah, because
how much did they pay?
I have no idea.
You guys don't do like inside baseball, like what's the number that's popping over there? The agents probably tell you.
I wouldn't even want to say it if like knowing or not. If I knew, I wouldn't want to say it, because I believe there's like, in music, less than in sports, there's what's it called, like piercing the veil. Like certain things are not for the public to know, in my opinion. Like it's like you got to keep the magic of it a little bit. You got to keep the show bit. Like this is entertainment, you know. So
well, I think it's like a $15-20 million thing. Do you see that as feasible?
No.
Really?
No. And Drake loves wireless, so I think he did it for way less than that. But
really, I've heard like these ridiculous numbers when it comes to like I've heard like Travis got like $8 million from fucking I don't know like Coachella.
Coachella's 2 weekends though.
Oh, so it's like 4 each probably.
Probably.
But I've heard like these like ridiculous numbers, and I'm like, well, yeah, if someone's doing 3 nights, right?
Yeah, I listen. I can't speak on what the dude was getting paid. But what I was trying to say is, I hope he doesn't think that like we don't. First of all, I don't think he gives a fuck. He's Drake, but I hope he doesn't think we don't fuck with him because I did that interview or whatever. I like Drake and I like Kendrick. I'm a fan of the genre, and I don't got a dog in that fight. Who's
your favorite? This is how you get him. Who's your favorite? You got to be political
I don't have
with this
a favorite.
What?
Nah.
See, that's why you're not getting him at
You know who's my favorite? Playboy Carti.
Carti? Yeah. Well, Carti gonna your favorite should be the person that shows up, like whoever that is.
And yo, Playboy Carti is Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud is Playboy Carti. You know, I feel that way about Carti. I feel that way about Travis. You know, like these are guys that have stood there with us, grown with us. You know what I mean? So
Travis is the highest you've ever paid somebody for Rolling Loud, right? Clearly.
Ye and Travis. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, and sometimes I wonder if Drake thinks we don't fuck with him because of the whole like XXXtentacion, like you know those room and like you know my guy DJ Scheme like played Not Like Us in Toronto. Remember that went kind of viral.
Oh, that might be a thing.
But it's like, yeah, DJ Scheme, that's my brother. I told him don't play the song, you know? But I can't stop the man from doing it. But, bro, I'm not in the streets, like, and I'm not part of none of that shit. It's like, yo, love Scheme still, no matter what. But, yo, Drake, I got no beef, man.
Yeah, you're trying to get Drake to come.
And I don't think you killed X. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like that. There are a couple like lunatics with that.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that,
and I also don't think he bit at like when it was like. When they were saying he copied "Look at Me," you remember that? It was like no.
I agree. No, I don't believe that either.
Like, bro, Uzi was rapping like that too. Like that wasn't like a. Everybody was on da 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 da. Hey, da 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 da. Hey, like that wasn't like.
The only thing I'll say, I definitely think he threw a shot after he died.
The Louis bags. And
I think he's too great of a lyricist. I think he threw a slight shot. And I think that probably if like, and I've spoken to his mom, ex's mom, like, you know, Cleo, and I understand if you're like, that's distasteful. I agree. Yeah, I agree. But
she told me she spoke to Drake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that like that he reached out or something, and it was like it was love, you know.
Oh.
I don't know if she trusted it or not, but yeah, dude. I don't think Drake is risking his wealth and status and freedom for murder.
No. Like, that whole thing was like ridiculous. Like I think the lawyer of the guys who did it, they came up with like this. They try to piggyback off the internet rumors. It kind of made it like worse because it muddies and creates these conspiracy theories. Yeah, and it's like. Yo, you think like these 4 dudes are going to jail for life and not just like spelling it out? Be like, yo, we met Baca and Chubbs here for the bag. Exactly. They gave us this. Yo, we got the call. We seen the owl in the air. Like, yo, no, they would have been snitched. They would have been snitched. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I can't believe people actually believe that shit. But you know, obviously it was just so kind of random. If X was alive, do you think? I think
headliner.
Well, beyond headline, I think just like how you say, Carti is Rolling Loud and Rolling Loud is Carti. I thought. Very early on, that was going to be like pretty much X's festival. The culture of it, the fact that we were watching it kind of like really grow its legs in Florida. He's from like I felt like that's what it was.
That was my brother. Like we came up together. You know, I was managing a rapper named Wi-Fi's funeral, and Yeah, you had a viral clip talking about him like doing a swanton bomb into the, like, because he did like the flip into the crowd and then he got beat up or like punched or whatever. That was at X's tour. So that's how I met X, and we were just coming up in Florida, and then, you know, opening up for the same shows or performing on some of my shows, and then starting to do the Rolling Louds, and we were supposed to go on tour together, and we would talk all the time, man. Like, low key, like, he wanted me involved in management and all types of stuff, like, but it did, you know, he ended up passing away, but that was, he was a generational talent that, you know, like, I got him his deal at Empire.
Really?
Yeah.
Gazi.
Yeah, because he was about to sign to Atlantic for $500K, but like a regular record deal. And I was like, bro, you're not signing away your masters. Like,
yeah,
you need to own your masters. Run this deal with Gazi. Like, Gazi and Nima from Empire, they didn't even know who X was yet. I was like, yo, sign this kid. He's got this song, Look at Me, going crazy. Just do a 2-song deal with him just to help push these singles right now. And maybe it'll lead to more business with you guys. And sure enough, X rocked out with them for multiple albums, and, you know. Yeah. No. Then he went and played the game and got that Columbia deal or whatever it was for
Capitol.
Capitol for $6 million. Bro, he was like getting the guy on the phone, like, you gotta be bigger than your dad. Like, trying to, like, bro, X was like a master manipulator. So he was like playing into the.
Oh, was he talking about? He was talking about Elliot.
Nah, it was what? It was, what's the guy's name? It wasn't Elliot. Elliot wasn't doing that. Elliot's not the one who signed him.
No,
Ron Perry.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And I'm not saying anything negative about Ron Perry, but X was like, you know, he knew how to play the game. He was like reading books on, like.
Yeah, I always thought that he used to be studying. Like, I think he was, number one, again, you know, I love X, but I thought he was also studying. Like, he would tell me certain things that he's reading. Yeah. And there's like a fascination with him, like, reading up on cults. Like, and I was like, I feel like he was trying to, like, not for what I think would be like nefarious or bad things, but I think he wanted the people who loved him, like his fans, to like literally be like this separate entity. And I'm not gonna lie, I think he had one of the most rabid fan base.
Oh, he did that. He knew it. And bro, he would have group chats with like his top fans, you know, and like send them on, you know, these internet missions, you know. Hey, really? Go comment. You know, he didn't have to say something. He could have the fans do it. And just and then communicating via his story and Snapchat and all that stuff, like, he worked that. He read that book, the Master Key System, which is like the preface. That's like what the secret is from.
He still has like one of the most liked posts, like that one singular post on the
on his page right now.
Yeah. Like he used Instagram, like, you know, really 34 million fucking likes.
Yeah, he would do the one, archive everything, just have the one post. That was his MO. Yeah, so you had the whole focus on just the one thing he was trying to push, and then he would just use his story. And his story views were insane.
I believe that if he was alive, and obviously, I mean, people might call it a dick rap, but it's not. I think he would be the only artist to challenge Drake. The only. I can't, like, you know.
I think, like, I hear what you're saying, and it's the only thing that you could say against the growth of X into a headliner and just larger than life artist that he is now after dying. Like, the only thing I ever hear people say is like, oh, well, he only got that big because he died. But my thing to that is like, bro, then you weren't there because he was fucking huge already.
He was out of here. Like, he was out of here.
He just didn't get a chance to really show you how big he was. Like, his next tour would have been arenas. Yeah, like, and then he would have been on to, like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know if it would have been stadiums or what.
If you ask me, the top 5 would be so much different. If I think he would be competing with the Drake. And here's the thing, skill wise, the dude could really rap. He could rap. He would make like rock. He would do like this, like almost this like emo type music. He was doing like 5 genres, which and
he had a good voice.
Yeah, and he really knew how to make records, but also just he was such this enigmatic character.
And no homo, he's a good looking guy, you know?
It was like, I'm telling you, he was checking every box.
Yeah.
So I think he would have been too. Again, with all due respect to any artist out, and I mean even with YB and even like Carti, like I think he would have been the number 2 guy.
But
Juice WRLD also
X
is
doing songs with YB.
Oh, yeah, that would
and
be crazy.
X doing songs with Cart, like just how like yo, that song with Kodak, Roll in Peace, like that's a massive song. Like
I think that's a Diamond record now too.
Yeah, like Fuck Love is Diamond with Trippy. Like he was good at like collaborating, you know? Like his shit with Ski Mask is huge. Like
Juice WRLD would have also like been like top 5, like for sure. Like he would have been. I don't even know how to quantify what Juice WRLD would have been, because Juice WRLD was just like this.
I think an interesting debate is who would have been bigger,
Juice WRLD or X?
Because low key, you got to say that X dying opened the lane for Juice WRLD also. But let's just assume that Juice WRLD was still able to be the Juice WRLD that we knew him to be, and X was the X we knew him to be, and they were both alive at the same time, popping at the same time. I wonder, like, would that have been that not that generation, but that age brackets or that wave's Uzi Carti? You know what I mean?
The reason why I always go with X, because like when you think back to even like Tupac, there's always this fascination and like it's like this magnetic pull to like these artists that are polarizing.
Yeah.
And with X there was like extreme like polarization,
Right.
where like
With
you
the,
would
you know,
you
his-
would like him, or you'd be like, nah, he's disgusting because of this. And it was always like there was controversy but great music coming out throughout all this. And like it's kind of like even when you think about Ye's like career, after a while, it was tumultuous, but like good music was always the thing that kind of balanced the boat.
Yeah.
Right? Like his life went over there with the Kardashians, like this started happening. He would speak out about this, go on rants, but then good music kind of like settled like the rocky ocean, I guess. So I don't know.
I think you're saying like actually always in entertainment, like it's not just about the music, it's about the character that you portray, like the art, like who are you? And when you have some polarizing shit going on, like you're accused of doing something, like just how Pac was accused of rape, like X accused of beating the girl, like that was a polarizing thing.
Yeah.
We'll never know the exact truth, but it's like people like, nah, he didn't do it. Or
but also
yes, he did do it. Or he did it, but he changed himself.
Yeah,
you know,
but
like,
those accusations too also kind of, it frees an artist, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it frees that artist to like be a person who speaks up on shit, knowing that because you're not like, you know, there's a lot of artists I know they're universally like quote unquote liked, and they're scared to like fuck it up, right?
I feel that.
And when you're the guy who are like people like you but don't like you, and it's like really extreme, like when you feel passionately about one thing or the other, like you just say it, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys are gonna not like me anyway for the people who don't like me, and shit, I'll take that hit because I'm getting hit every day. You know? Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. All right. By the way, do you feel that Rolling Loud and its existence was a byproduct of, especially, it's like this new youthful movement just in music where these kids really just took over music, period. Right? Like, you know,
we're one of those kids. We're some of those kids.
Yeah.
Like we're a little older now, but like the SoundCloud era and like us coming up during that time, I call it was like DIY. It was like kicking the door. It was like, yo, there's a music industry, but we're down here in Florida and we're not in LA. We're not in New York. We're not around those offices, but we want to play on that playing field. So fuck that. Like, I'm recording in my closet and I'm putting it on SoundCloud, and there's me and Matt, like, fuck that. We're booking these shows. We're going to create our own shit down here, you know? So it was like this scene that came together because you didn't just have hungry artists looking for a platform, but you had hungry entrepreneurs looking to create a platform.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like that, it was just lightning in a bottle, all of us in Florida at the same time, just trying to come up and make something of ourselves. Like nobody gave us shit. Like we went and took it or built it.
Yeah. Was there a time you guys ever like maybe weren't profitable in some,
Absolutely.
Really? So you book shows and just there's not
I've lost money on so many shows.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not necessarily talking about Rolling Loud. I'm talking about like man, we've done hundreds of shows in our lives, like throughout the state of Florida and even just nationwide touring. Shows lose money all the time. You're taking risks. And the thing with the concert promoting risk is once the show's over, the show's over. There's no like, oh, I can try to keep selling. It's like, nah, there's no asset. It's a fixed point in time event that you have until the show's over to sell the tickets.
But you guys make more money for more than just tickets, right? So like you guys get a little bit of parking, right?
Well, when we're talking about Rolling Loud, there's more revenue streams, but as a concert promoter, especially an independent concert promoter, more often than not, you're only making money on the tickets. The venue's keeping the bar, parking's not even part of the conversation, and you're not really getting sponsorships. Now, when you create your own festival, yeah, there's ancillary income for sure. Parking, food and beverage, merchandise. Like Rolling Loud merch outsells any festival's merch.
Really?
Yeah, like we're proud of a few things. Like we have more followers than all the top festivals combined on TikTok. And then merch-wise, festivals that are bigger than us, like a festival could be twice as big as us, but we're selling 3 times as much merch.
I'm wondering who's like the competition in terms. I mean, you probably don't want to shout them out, but I'm wondering who do you guys compete, because you guys don't compete with like say like Roots Picnic or some shit like that, right?
Nah.
It's like, that's a different demo. I'm wondering who's like for the demo you guys are targeting, the type of artist, obviously genre of music kind of served. I'm wondering like, because I really only know Rolling Loud, and maybe it's me. Like obviously, but these are like Lyrical Lemonade Festival. Like, but I think those are like
Cole's
brand festivals.
Cole's my friend, and I'm very inspired by him as a creative, and he tells me all the time that he's inspired by us at Rolling Loud. So, like, I don't view Cole as competition. I don't view Lyrical Lemonade as competition. I think that's great that they have a good show in Chicago. I think that's great for Chicago. I think it's great for the industry in general and for the culture. I view our only competition as ourselves. And if I had to have the only other competitor might be like touring, because touring's taking a lot of ticket money off the table. You're mentioning like these very high ticket prices and stuff, and just there were a lot of hip hop tours in the past few years, So
no, absolutely. Well, that's what I was going to ask you next. Is like, okay, I remember a couple of years back in terms of artists and what we used to hear as their fees or what they're getting. And like even, shout out to my man Drew from Mac Agency, like, yo, he hit me and he's like,
Big
yo,
pasta.
Right, yo, he hit me and he's like, yo, bro, I gotta let people know. Rod Wave, like, yo, he just got $2 million for a show. And that's an astronomical amount of money, right?
Yeah, like he earned that shit. Every seat full.
The fee is ballooned up, but I feel like it was never that. Like, I feel like people used to do maybe similar. Is it ticket prices going up?
Yeah, it's the ticket price going up.
Okay, because now I'm hearing too many artists getting $1 million per show.
The gross is directly tied to the ticket price and the capacity, and then that's directly tied to what the artist is taking home. Rod Wave realized I can potentially make more money if I self-promote. I'll pay the venue, I'll pay the staff, I'll pay for the production, and I'll sell the tickets myself and collect every dollar.
That's crazy, right?
Now,
why don't all artists do that?
That headline of $2 million, I believe the facts are that, that show grossed $2 million. But you know what? I can't speak on their business. But if it was a scenario of a self-promoted event and the show grossed $2 million, Rod Wave didn't pocket $2 million.
Yeah, but pay for shit, yeah.
I know that if I needed to, if I want, and I did try to book Rod Wave, but he wanted to do the touring. If we were to book Rod Wave right now, rolling out, it'd be somewhere in that range. Yeah, like a $2 million booking, I think, or 1.5 or 2. Like, bro, he sold out 2 nights at the Kaseya Center in Miami. That's $17,000 a night, 34,000 tickets. That's a big artist.
So wait,
and when he catches a hit, like a mainstream hit, because he doesn't need to, he'll have a great career. He already has a great career, and he'll maintain a great career without that. But if he catches a mainstream hit, he will be out of here. Like, huge.
I feel like he's out of here. It's so interesting kind of watching him. And I guess when you're talking about like a mainstream hit, because he's had hits, but we're talking about like
where
top 10 songs.
You got Tommy at fucking little white boy school knowing the shit, and you still have Rod's fans loving him. You know, like you got everybody knowing it.
Yeah.
It's different.
What's the secret sauce to kind of building like that live hard ticket, you know? Like,
you got to start doing it. You got to drop projects consistently. You got to tour consistently. You got to be willing to start in the small rooms, 300-person rooms, then 700-person rooms, then 1,000 to 1,500-person rooms, then 2,000 to 3,000-person rooms, then the big like 5,000-6,000-person ballrooms, or the like scaled down arenas, like mid-size arenas, 7,000 person
bowl type shit.
Yeah. Like you just got to work the steps and not try to skip steps. And it's always good to leave tickets on the table, in my opinion. Like,
what do you mean?
Don't go do, like, if it would be a struggle for you to go sell 1,000 tickets a night, but you'd sell them, but like you'd be selling all the way up until the doors open. In my opinion, and this is debatable, I would say do the 500 to 700-person tour, so it's a quicker sellout, and you build that aura of like, yo, I'm selling out before the doors open, like in advance. Like I'm selling, tickets go on sale and they sell out. Boom, that's an aura. And then you build that FOMO. People are like, damn, I want to go. I can't even get a ticket.
Yeah.
The resale market picks up. So I'm a fan of that strategy.
Yeah, no, he's completely like, I think he's a one-on-one in terms of how he's doing live events. Like he had told me some of the math on it. It was like, yo, it wasn't this tour, but the tour before, it was like, yo, I paid $18 million for production.
Yeah. No, the production is like, I've never met anybody that spends as much on production as Ye and Travis. Like those people spend like whole checks on production just to like really have that experience, you know? It's super important to put on a show for your fans. But like the arena thing, certain artists is better at the festival. Like in my opinion, seeing Playboi Carti or in an arena, nah, man. Like I'm not sitting in a seat or standing in the little space I have.
Yeah, actually, if you were at the show, like I feel like the coveted spot is to be on that fucking floor. Right?
Yeah,
like everyone wants to be standing. Yeah. Like no one is like, all right, we're in our seats with a little drink here. No, everyone wants to be like, mosh pit,
and the floor only fits like 1,000 people or something.
Yeah,
like man, I stand by this. The best place to see Playboi Carti is Rolling Loud.
That's probably true.
So get your tickets. Rolling Loud, Orlando, May 8th through 10th. Playboi Carti.
Yeah, I feel like Travis has kind of shown us this. Like, he does a really good job of like, because they come across our desk. They'll be like, hey, listen, just they'll send us like videos of like his last performance. It's like a drone thing that just shows. It's like from space, and you're watching it, and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, that one video they had from when he did that show in Italy.
Yeah,
I think is the one you're talking about. That shit was insane. It looked like a festival, and it was just Travis.
What about The Weeknd?
Love The Weeknd. He came out at our show with Playboi Carti in LA, our last festival in LA, and super nice guy. I got a chance to meet him, and he came out and performed with Carti, like incredible.
In that case, do you have to like pay him, or you just like show him love?
No.
Shit, we can show him love.
Showing Carti love. He wasn't there for us.
Oh yeah,
but there was a respect, and we did speak about him doing Rolling Loud in the future. But yo, he did 2 stadiums in Miami.
He's he's an expensive ticket, man.
Yeah, like, and maybe one day, you know. But
they came out with this whole thing where like his fucking tour did like $1 billion in like a couple years. He's been on the same tour, like $1 billion. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, he's just printing cash.
Shout out to Cash XO.
Well, shout out to XO overall. Damn. Let me see. What else? What else was I feel like I'm missing some of the lore of Rolling Loud. The person you'll never work with again, based on maybe like a bad, like, it was just horrible.
Like an artist?
Yeah.
I don't really have one of those.
Oh, they did ask. Is it a possibility of seeing 6ix9ine on a future Rolling Loud?
Should I speak on this? I don't have any issue with 6ix9ine, like personally. There's no beef or nothing. I think people think that. And I don't personally not book 6ix9ine because of the snitching stuff.
I feel like he's always wanted to do it. Like, one time, I can't remember, Spotify had me doing some shit there. And I remember, so I have like a bunch of like passes, and he's like, yo, it's like, I want to sneak into this bitch. Like, he just wants to, he's like, he desperately just wants to, and really wants to make a moment.
I'd be down to talk to him, but it's not like.
You think it's a safety thing? Like, you think they're going to jump him?
Nah. To me, it's not about the snitching. Like, all right, the snitching thing isn't cool, but he's saying some shit lately about that. Like, and I don't know, whatever. To me, it's more about, and I would be open to hearing his side of the story about the thing with the underage girl.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of like already like.
I don't know. All I know is there was a case with him and an underage girl, and I don't, I have a daughter. I don't,
So I remember I did his first interview, and that was one of the things that people kind of ostracized him for. This is as much as I remember. He's hanging around with some older dudes. He's doing viral videos. Like, at the time, they bring like some girl over, and they start shooting videos with the chick, and they're trying to go viral or whatever. I don't know if the girl lied to them about the age, but he's in the videos, and apparently he was charged. Say he didn't have a lawyer, whatever. I don't think he had to like register as like a sex offender or anything like that, but he had like a whole explanation. I thought you were gonna mention something like newer, because I feel like that's a thing that was at the beginning of his career, where like I think people were either gonna get past or buy into whatever explanation you had, or we're just never gonna fuck with you again. So usually later on, I've heard people mention, yo, well, you beef with everyone, or bro, you snitched.
There was a point. I'm saying like, there was a point in time where the beef like was real, like not between us, but like I was afraid that there was something would happen at the festival. I'm not gonna say we'd never book him, and like, I wish him the best right now while he's locked up. I don't pray negativity or harm on anybody. Like I don't know. I've got nothing. I don't know. Maybe we'll book him one day. And this is no disrespect. Personally, I'm not a fan. Like I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but
if there was fan demand, you leave the door open for potential, like, thinking about it.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I was in the past, I was super adamant about not booking him, and in hindsight, I don't even remember the exact details. If it was the snitching, if it was the girl thing, but the thing that stuck with me the most as time has gone on was the underage girl thing, and maybe I didn't look into it enough to see like all the details, because you the way you just explained it, maybe he really didn't know. I mean, like, what's the basketball player's name with the hair? Plays for the Bulls.
Who?
White guy, long hair, plays for the Bulls. Yeah, Josh Giddey. Like, he just had a situation.
Nah, he different though. He started dating the chick.
But he didn't get canceled from the NBA. Like,
yeah.
Like, I think it turned out that he was like lied to about the girl's age or something.
Oh, like
okay. So like, listen, man. If it's a scenario like that, and like he really didn't know the girl's age,
and supposedly from the story I know and what he's kind of reading, I don't think he even had sex with the girl, but the girl is like exposed in the video and he's in the background, and they
this is
think
a weirdo behavior too. I don't know.
A lot of stuff from that era is like people actually forget. There's certain rappers, let's not mention names, like they would kind of go viral for like rapping and somebody just getting head in the corner.
Oh, I mean, there's Ski Mask.
Yeah.
Like he had a viral video. He was rapping, and because him and X for a brief time were managed by this porn star named Bruno Dickums. And this dude was fucking a girl on the couch, and Ski was rapping in front of him.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was scrubbed from the internet, but there was videos of X doing fucking some girl in the back of a car or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like them, even Pump, it was always like
Pump would be getting head.
Yeah, it was always like these things that I think you mix like that generation with like sex, it went viral more because it was really that's why it was called the clout era.
Sex or fighting. Like, X was like chasing, like always like on back when people go live on Periscope. Like going live on Periscope, trying to hunt down Space Ghost Perp. Like, yo, meet me up. Like, I'm trying to fight you. Or like somebody would be trying to collect, like X would collect for a feature.
And somebody said Carti and Broke Boys. Yeah. Yeah.
X would be trying to collect for, or someone would pay X for a feature, and then X wouldn't do the feature, and then the kid would try to get the money back, and then X would be like, yo, when I see you, I'm beating you up. Yeah. Sure enough, actually, funny, we're going to Orlando now. I was in Orlando that X whooped the shit out of this kid and went viral as fuck.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
But the thing about
his fans
X
was also like really intrigued with the idea of him like always down to fight and like him supposedly being good at fighting, you know?
Yo. He'd slap box us right now. Like, he'd be like, I run it. But like, he loved that, and it didn't matter how big you were. And his hands were good. Like, he was nice. But the thing about X was the evolution. Like, he went past that quickly, like at a young age. You know, it was like, hey man, I was doing the wrong shit. Yeah, like, I was wilding out too crazy. And when he got jumped by the Migos associates. Yeah. And he went on live or posted a video right after, like, man, y'all ain't even fuck me up that hard. Like, run it back. Like, I'm trying to fight right now. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Yo, he was like the definition of like that, just like acting out, but like belligerent, misunderstood teen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting a couple questions here. They want to know why or how you got, I guess, how you make the decision of not booking certain people at certain times. Like, so they're looking at people who like just dropped albums. So they're saying 21 Savage, Thug, and who else? And they got J. Cole. J. Cole just announced his album.
Listen, there's a lot of people that are not on this lineup. We made a conscious decision with this lineup to book artists that are appealing to like this new age of hip hop fan. That's why you see the fake Minks, the Net Spends, the SD Kid, Osama Son, Xavier So Based. Like, I mean, I could keep going. Nine Vicious, Apollo Red, like just a lot of these, like, you know, these young underground kids. It's like the new wave, like the new X and Skis, you know, like these new kids that like, yo, a lot of people in your chat probably don't even know who they are, you know. But
and they're saying Uzi and Kodak. I think they feel like if it's in Florida, Kodak got to be there.
So what I feel like is, if we want to stick around and evolve as a festival, we can't just give you the same lineup every time. And the funny thing is I used to see comments all the time in the last few years like, oh, this lineup looked the same as last year. Oh, this lineup looked the same as last year. Yeah. So we made a conscious effort to bring a lot of new shit. 2 out of the 3 headliners have never headlined, and a lot of the artists on the bill have never performed at Rolling Loud. And now that we do that, you got people like, well, you wanted something different, didn't you? Yeah, you know what I mean? All right, so maybe you are not familiar with a lot of these artists on the bill, but all these artists are streaming crazy, and all these artists are selling out shows. So you might be Unk status now. You know, it just might not be for you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, I might be Unk status.
I am Unk status. I just stay young because I'm in this shit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just think like we made a real conscious effort to book real young here and like, you know, book some new shit. Now it's not that we're never gonna book all those other artists, but another thing too is that a lot of those artists you just mentioned are headliners now. 21 Savage is a headliner. Lil Uzi Vert is a headliner. Who else did you mention? J. Cole, been a headliner. Yeet, in my opinion, is not quite a headliner yet, but he would maybe argue.
Have you guys tried him as a headliner yet?
He actually replaced Carti in Thailand when Carti didn't make it to Thailand. But we've never headlined Yeet in the States. You could make an argument that he's a headliner, though. I know he would make that argument.
For some reason, they also keep spamming Gunna. They want Gunna, man. I don't know. People love Gunna.
We love Gunna too, and I'm not there. There may be a situation where there's Gunna on Rolling Loud soon. We love Gunna. Sometimes it's just working out details, you know.
Is G Herbo? What about G Herbo?
Love G Herbo too. He's not on the lineup though. He had a great year. Again, we just made this conscious effort to do. Your
fans are so like fickle. Someone's like 21's not a headliner. He fell off. Yeat's a headliner. The guy just dropped an album. Like the guy dropped his album with Drake, drops his own album. Like he hasn't gone on another tour ever since the like record breaking tour. It's a Blur. Like how did he fall off? You know what I mean? Like do you guys have that? Like when you're thinking about artists, are you guys looking at like, this motherfucker fell off? Like. Or maybe what they're asking for. Do they go down on their price at times when they realize they're not hot?
I haven't had too many experiences with an artist going down on their price. But to finish my statement about the headline, it's like I can only have 3 headliners. You know, the real headliner, like closing the main stage, there can only be 3 of them. And we chose Don Toliver, Playboi Carti, and NBA Youngboy. Is J. Cole a great headliner? Yes. Kendrick? Yes. Travis? Yes. Uzi? Yes. One that I've never had that I've always wanted to book, Tyler, the Creator. There's a lot of great headliners out there, but you can only have 3, you know? And a lot, so they look at our 2018, 2019, 2017, like all these past lineups of ours where these artists that are now headliners were on the line under the headliner, and they're like, look at this, like, get back to this. And it's like, bro, that's not possible from a money perspective, but also from an ego perspective, from a status perspective. Like everybody wants to be on the top now, so it's like they're gonna wait until we give them that offer to be top dog on the flyer. And so like that's the other thing is like there's a meme. It's like, yo, I wish somebody told me it was the good times when we were in the good times. Right. True. So it's like, yo, enjoy this shit while it's here, because eventually, just like how it was back then, all these artists on the bill right now, they're going to grow and they're going to become headliners and they're going to get too big to all be on the same bill again. So like,
that's true.
That any time Rolling Loud delivers a lineup, you run that risk. Like artists grow up the flyer and eventually they get to the top. And then as more elevate to the top, a new crop needs to elevate, you know? So that's why the lineups keep changing.
Hey, anything with Norm, thank you for the 10. Wait, also, is Rolling Loud owned by Live Nation? How does that work?
Nah. So we did a partnership with Live Nation and Insomniac in 2020. But there is a ownership stake, you know, that they have, but they don't own the whole company. Matt and I still own half the company.
Okay. But they facilitate... They're part of the ecosystem in putting the show on, though. Yeah, because you guys pretty much use their venues and stuff. Like are all these stadiums their venues? Or
no. Camping World Stadium is an independent venue. Hard Rock Stadium is an independent venue. And we primarily have our own staff that works for us. And if it's not our staff, then it's vendors that we hire. But we're pretty much like our own self-contained unit.
Do they help fund? Like, because I would imagine, like, if you need $16 million, like, are you coming out of pocket with like for this?
No. There for years, like the first few years, you know what? I don't really want to get into that, but
that's a good answer too.
But I will say, like the first few years, Matt and I, we had an investor, and then we went a couple years independent where we were just running on cash flows of so 2018, 2019. Matt and I were totally independent for the Miami show. We had done a joint venture with Insomniac to grow outside of Florida, but we kept full ownership of the Miami show. And those 2 years we were like, everything was on the line. So like we'd have to get ticketing advances from ticketing companies and then just sell tickets and, do pre-sales and all this shit from cash flow to make the show work. Like, and we didn't have money like that. Like we were putting it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have a good partnership. So yeah.
I didn't want to know why Lil Baby ain't on the Ken Carson, they're spamming Ken Carson. Jesus Christ.
Ken Carson's a valid take. I would say
Is he a headliner yet?
So no? That's like
he's like right at the brink, right?
I'd say like Ken Carson is getting there. So it's like
right there with Yeet. almost. Right?
Yeah. So, I think Ken's next.
I'm reading the
Loud.
chat. Who says I'm on my phone reading what you guys are saying. This is live. Go ahead.
I think Ken is like his next Rolling Loud will probably be headlining.
Is Ski Mask on it? They're asking.
Ski Mask is not on the show. Ski Mask has done basically every Rolling Loud for the past fucking 7 years or something, and we made a decision like, yo, I called him. I was like, yo, I don't think you should do this Rolling Loud. You know, I think like you need to focus on finishing this out. He's talking about dropping 2 albums this year. It's like, bro, you need to finish these albums. You need to go do a tour. You need to like I want to pay you more, but you got to earn that, you know, and forget about Rolling Loud for a second. Just focus on you for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And also,
you can always do Rolling Loud anytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's first of all, if you want to just pop out, he can pop out. But I want the fans to miss him at Rolling Loud, you know? I don't want you, it's not like you shouldn't go to Rolling Loud and just expect to have the same artist every time, and like it makes that artist like less desirable too. It's harder for, even though Ski doesn't have a hard time selling tickets, but you make it harder for the artist to go sell tickets if people are like, oh, I'll just wait till they're Rolling Loud, you know?
That's true.
So
they're asking about, did you guys think about Fetty Wap and also
tried booking Fetty Wap. Shout out to his cousin Fuzz.
He's taxing?
Nah, it was an issue of not being able to be announced because of like restrictions right now from having just gotten out.
Oh.
We're not opposed to adding him. Like as soon as they tell us like, yo, he can be announced, we'd consider it because we want him on the bill for sure.
Platboy Max,
he's on it.
No, I know he's on it. Where do you see his career? He's like in a really, I think he's in a really dope position.
Yeah.
Where like he's the streamer who really is like also a full-time musician. He's like DDG, like they're both kind of like the same. But like,
but Platboy Max squeezed the Grammy nomination out, right? Doesn't he? Have a Grammy
he does.
Yeah,
he does. What do you think about him as overall, like, you know, career? And do you think that maybe is like a wave for like, because we see more streamers making music where you might be thinking of adding, you know, someone like someone told me like Rakai has like a song that's popping. Like, are you looking at streamers who might make music now? Like, I mean, Aiden Ross got a goddamn song who would cuff him and say, like, are you looking at streamers now or no?
It's not that we're looking for. It's like, oh, we need to book streamers. It's not like that. But like, yo, we also are still at the same time aware of like, yo, streamers got the motion right now. Like, that's why I'm here right now. Other than, you know, I think it's a cool platform, but like, y'all got attention. It's the attention economy. Y'all got the attention, right? But as far as actually getting booked, it's like the music got to be hitting. You know, people got to fuck with the music. So I think Platboy Max has some cool music. I think DDG has some cool music. So yeah, but I'm not like, where's the next streamer rapper?
Yeah.
I like what you said recently about.
They killed me for it. Let me.
They kill you for everything you say. I want to know why people hate you so much.
It's
and maybe I'm ignoring shit. Maybe I haven't seen. Maybe you do say some fucked up shit.
No, they'll latch on to one thing. Well, here's the thing. At some point or another, I have to criticize their favorite artist, and at some point or another, I am going to probably stand on the opposite side of an opinion that affects a group that they represent or that they care about.
Yeah,
and I love to say, like, my audience, I don't even think I agree with, my audience don't agree with me. I don't even say 75% of the time. I think probably 60%. But they're smart enough to know, hey, we disagree with him on this, but logically, we see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And I think because we're in stan culture, like, you know, there's people that it could be anything. And, you know, if they heard, I don't know, like, I fucking broke my leg. Just, they're like, that's what he gets for criticizing Nicki Minaj. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of that online.
Oh, you had some like Megan stuff too, right? I think.
But also, it's so tough, like, criticizing female artists.
I don't even want to talk. Rock Nation doesn't like me.
They don't like you? All under the nation, the Live Nation. I think Rock Nation.
I got nothing but respect for Jay-Z. I Yeah.
Why you didn't get Doshi on the joint? That's how you make cool with him.
I don't know. Just didn't book her. But she's arguably a headline. Like she's getting headline billing on festivals. So
I heard she's getting headline money. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up to one of her shows. I showed up to a Kendrick show. I wasn't greeted the best.
Yeah.
But I like to show up to artist shows, especially ones I don't get, to like see what their crowd is.
Yeah.
I gotta show up to a Doshi show to see like who these because I ain't gonna lie to you, I really think it's a bot farm. Like I just can't.
Nah, she got fans for real.
I feel like she's like the woke person.
I think it'd be more white girls than you expect though. You know, like the granola eating.
Yeah. Wait, why Rock Nation don't like you? What'd you do to them?
I don't know. I think I have like
beef with Rock Nation never ends well.
I think I have like a thing I'm not allowed to. I shouldn't have even said that. Like I respect them, so I just but I don't want to get caught up in talking about you beefing with one of their artists or something. So
no,
yeah,
Rock Nation's like the Illuminati, man. You want to just like stay out of their crosshairs, you know.
I feel like I just put myself in them. But
shit. Somebody was just like, yo, we forgot about that beef. Let's start it up. Wait, what was I talking about right before we got into that?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about you said I made a point and I was trying to reiterate the point and you said you agreed with it. And
oh yeah, the streamers and rappers like going on stream is like killing rappers or like I don't know exactly what you said. But killing their aura, like
I was saying if you're trying to sell music, what people don't want to acknowledge is that the image, the look, the presentation. It's the reason why, like, you know, Carti or Travis, like, they need their, like, if you gave them maybe whatever they wanted, like in terms of a fee, but you're just gonna run out on stage in front of this black, like, you know, background with whatever. They're not doing it. They don't give a fuck about the money because they have built this image. So the point I try to make to these artists is that, hey, listen, a lot of times, I'm not saying you guys are lying about who you are, but there is this idea of fans listening to your music and creating an image of you.
Yeah.
Or buying into the image. And a lot of times when you're on streams, a lot of times you're not doing yourself any favors. You're actually eroding that thing. You're killing your own mystique.
Yeah.
It makes it harder for fans to buy in, and also that trickle-down effect to you selling music. The people who got mad at me aren't the people who are selling music anymore. They were becoming personalities. Like, for example, Blueface. Blueface is supposed to be on stream.
Yeah.
He's doing a reality show. He's doing a bunch of interesting stuff. But like, if Carti went on, if Carti
like I'm launching a Twitch channel.
If Carti was like, yo, I'm gonna be streaming like 3 days a week for the next 6 months, like, I guarantee you're gonna see that aura deplete.
No, I feel that. And it reminds me of like these days with social media. That's why I feel like people are like, you know, who's the next Michael Jackson? I don't believe there will ever be superstardom to the level that we had with artists like Michael Jackson, because there's not enough barriers between us and the artist now. Like, I can see everything about an artist on my phone, like, instantly, like, as simple as looking at pictures or seeing them post selfie videos in their kitchen, or like, you know, artists are bringing fans into their life more, right? Making themselves look more normal. Like Michael Jackson, like, you could only see him on stage, in the music video, on the album art, like, so that when you did see him in public, they'd be thousands of people outside the hotel screaming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that level of superstar fandom, like, you don't see it anymore. And then, like, with the streaming, it's like, it's basically the same argument. It's like, yo, you give too much access, you become less special. But it's a balance too, because, like, yo, the attention right now, a lot of it is in streaming. So how do you balance that? And I think it's like a you know, literally like a fader knob that you got to see, like, do I go all the way nothing? Do I pop up every once in a while on some, you know, streamer friend streams? Or do I do the T-Pain, Blueface, you know, crank that fader all the way to the right and stream X amount of times a week? Who else does? T Grizzly, you know? Like, because it's real money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Are you guys doing anything with like streamers this time around?
I'm down. Like Kai Neon, we set up in advance for LA. Kai was like, I had been hitting him up like, yo, let's do something. Like I wanted to build his bedroom on site with like glass walls around it, and have him stream from it. Or I was like, or we could do it whatever. You could do a 72-hour stream. You know how he does Mafia-thon, like do a stream, a Rolling Loud-a-thon or whatever, or like host the festival. Like I offered him so many things, and nothing. Like I feel like the streamers, a lot of them, the answer I would get was like, oh, we're only planning like the next 30 days. Like we're not even thinking that far out. And then
he's like on a Travis level in terms of streamers.
Yeah,
this dude he's on another level.
Yeah,
bro.
no, it's crazy. But it was like with him, it was like the day before the show. He hits me back like, yo, I'm trying to pull up because like Carti album just dropped, you know? And I'm like, bro, I got you. I'll get you the best pass. I will personally escort you around from time to time. Like, and it, you know, it was worth it for us because, I mean, first of all, he's a nice guy. And, you know, part of what I like to do is help put people on. Not that I'm helping put Kai on. You know, his audience is huge, so we want part of that as well. But it was a good feeling to be able to give him the good access and whatnot. But his stream went crazy at the festival, you know. But I couldn't plan that in advance. I would love to have any of you or fucking anybody want to come stream or roll out, pull up.
Would you guys do a deal? I guess I'm like just thinking about if you guys are even thinking this far in the future. Like say with the Platboy Max, you're like, yeah, we do want you to perform. We respect you as an artist, but like we also know part of the experience is like streaming too, and we want to incorporate that. Yeah.
I keep trying to like I want I try to do like these holistic deals. Like, yo, you know, let's announce the lineup on your stream, like shit like that. None of that has happened yet, but yeah, I don't know. Our core business is selling tickets. So it's like we have to, if we're doing these partnerships with streamers, we always try to figure out a way to tie it back into like people are going to buy tickets because we're doing this. Otherwise, until the tickets are all sold, like that, I don't even really want to think about it, you know? And that's a short term minded thing, because long term it's great to have the streamers at the show because it's going to make the brand bigger. But that's my trade. It's like, yo, do something before the show on your stream, give away some tickets, or, you know, do something so that we can gain ticket sales prior.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. May 8th to 10th?
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Come on.
I'm in there. Listen, you know, I got to come. Being able to see YB, I'm definitely in there. I already told the homies, I'm like, all right, I guess we're going to Orlando. Seeing YB and Carti, I would love to compare both vibes. I would love to see how, you know, and obviously Don Toliver too, all 3 days, but like really just kind of to be there. I've been rolling out, haven't ever like really soaked in, like the entire day, where it's like you're kind of watching like people move around in like this really unique way according to their taste, but it's also kind of like they're at like a resort. They're at it's a feeling like there's so many things other than just the music to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we got activations all over, you know. Sometimes we have basketball courts, skate parks, tattoo parlor. Like we do all types of different shit at different shows. Rides, Ferris wheel, you know, like just like cool shit you could do. And plus the food, drinks, you know, just like hip hop Disney World, man.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be there. I'm hoping that this probably encourages more, because you got to bring it back to New York, man. Actually, New York is probably that's probably worse for rolling out. Like an experience, because I heard the cops were like. So,
one thing that sucked about New York was a 10 p.m. curfew.
10 p.m.
Yeah, it's tough.
What?
Like I understand 11 p.m., but 10 p.m. is kind of crazy. Midnight's more ideal. But
wait, they wanted people out of the.
They wanted the music to stop at 10 p.m. or they will unplug that shit. And then obviously there was a scenario with taking artists off the bill and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which like made us look bad. But it's like,
does that happen in other
NYPD
places?
come to you and tell you, take these artists off your show. Try not doing that. You know?
That ever happened any other place? Like,
No. Never had that happen anywhere else.
New York, NYPD is like gangsters though. Like they run this shit.
The hip hop police would literally come like a day before the show to like the site, the security site walk or whatever, and literally like introduce themselves to us, give us business cards. It says like, it didn't say hip hop police, but it was like something like that kind of like, it was just like, yo, this is real. Like,
no, yo, let me tell you this.
But yo, they were nice guys though.
Yo, hip hop
nice
cops is, they are good guys though. Yo, you ever watched American Gangster?
Yeah, I love that movie. And also, arguably, in my opinion, Jay-Z's best album is American Gangster. But love that movie.
I would say Black Album, but yeah, one of his best albums. And it's also classic, definitely a classic album. Yo, hip hop cops, ever since I've known them, this is how they tell, because I live in Jersey. They're like, yo, there's that scene in American Gangster where he's talking to the other cop and he's like, yo, when you come across that bridge, call my phone.
Yeah.
Tell me, they're like, yo, when you gonna be in the city, just let us know where you gonna be, you know? And like, and it's not for them, you know, what people don't realize about hip hop police, like they're managing the busiest city, and they know all these people that have beefs, and they're kind of like, they're not security guards, but they would like for not incidents to happen. So they'll know, like, let's say like Lil TJ and A Boogie, right? These guys don't get along.
Yeah. They
know, okay, they're booked over here, they're booked over there, they're not gonna run into each other. If it's gonna be a situation where something could happen, they'll like probably hit up the business owners and be like, all right, you might not want to do this.
Yeah, they'll shut shows down.
Yeah, no, of course. They definitely have a hard policy on certain like gang members performing in certain places. They're like, nah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Which I think that's why it sucks to do. I knew drill music could never last here.
Yeah.
You know, because you're never going to perform a show in your hometown.
Or I'm pretty sure they even shut down a sexy drill show. The Cash Cobain had the Slizzy Fest, had Chow Lee. That's my guy, Chow Lee. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know who shut it down actually, but I heard maybe it was them.
Interesting. Yeah. Nah.
And that's like, they're talking about fucking. They're not talking about shooting.
Yeah. Nah, that's ridiculous. But is that the worst experience, like dealing with like a city and like its like infrastructure?
Nah, the worst thing we ever had was in Miami in 2017 when we were at a public park called, like, city-owned park called Bayfront Park, and we did everything right. We booked the venue through the director of the venue, and everything was all good. We were announced on sale, and this local politician, Frank Carollo, saw like there was a law since it's a city-owned park that the park had a management trust of 9 people that technically were supposed to vote on every event, whether or not they're allowed to do the event there, even though they hadn't had a vote in like 10 years. So, and there's a lot of events there in those 10 years. So the guy's like, we need to have a vote for Rolling Loud, because like he was basically like fear mongering, like, oh, they didn't know how big of an event it was going to be, and it's this big rap festival, and people are coming from all over the country, and it's, unfortunately, there's a racist element of Cubans in Miami, and like he, in my opinion, was part of that, and like, you know, was afraid of all these black people coming into Miami. And
they shut it down.
So they said we have to have a vote, right? So they call this vote, and we're like, fuck, like the vote has to be unanimous. I'm pretty sure. No, we just had to win 5-4, and we're like, yo, we need to win this vote or we're fucked. Like, we got all this money on the line, et cetera, et cetera. So we threatened to sue the city of Miami for $30 million, and hired lobbyists. I had to register as a lobbyist. That's when I started doing press. I had never done like an interview or anything like that. Yeah. I had to get media trained and like start going on NBC and all the local news channels, like just promoting that we're a fun, safe festival, et cetera, et cetera. Individually, like the lobbyists and lawyers are talking to all these people on the management trust, like, just, you know, be like, hey, we're a safe event, like, vote yes. We ended up winning the vote 9-0.
Oh, really? Nice.
And then, like, back to Periscope, I hop on Periscope. I'm wearing a suit. We did it. We won. Bro, tickets sold out. Like, because it was like that we were getting close to the show. It was like weeks out. It was like not a month out, probably like 3 weeks out. And people were like, yo, we need to know, like, is this happening or not? Because Miami Herald's writing articles like Rolling Loud event potentially being shut down, blah, 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 blah. Won the vote, sold out.
In an event where cancellation happens like that late, do you guys like take that hit, or is it like insurance, so to speak?
These days, certain things are covered by insurance and certain are not. That's not my strong suit. I would have to ask our lawyer. But back then, I think we were fucked if that got shut down.
Damn.
I mean, I was, how old was I then? I don't know. I was in my 20s, and we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Have you guys been like ever been close to like being bankrupt, or like just being like just inside, like we just don't have money to keep this shit going?
Nah, I mean, like, nah. We had an investor at first. First year we lost $100,000, but the show, the total budget of the show was $250,000, and we sold out the show, but we went over budget, so we lost like $100,000. So the investor lost $100,000, and they were like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Yo, next year we got you." Made that $100,000 back and then some, you know. So just gotta believe in your vision. But no, we never been bankrupt or insolvent. Find ways to partner with people where we're not taking the risk. But 2018, 2019, it was all on our necks, and we just took big risk, and we're blessed to have great shows that did the business they needed to do.
Because you guys didn't do one during COVID, right?
So COVID, we had a show announced, and we had to cancel it and refund everybody.
What about the artists that were booked? Did they understand, or
the ones that were booked that had deposits held the deposits and stayed booked until 2021, and the ones that didn't have deposits, you know,
nobody ran off of the plug?
Nah.
Oh, interesting.
Face pretty gated, you know, like our brand is strong. Like, thank God, you know.
Yeah. Any last questions here, chat?
Yeah, what's the chat?
It's been a hell of a day for my man. He's been doing his thing, and I don't want to, you know, obviously we streamed for like infinitely long, but I want to hold him here until like in perpetuity. So just rattle off the last couple questions. By the way, shout out to everybody on Kick who's watching. Shout out to everybody on Rumble. Okay, what are y'all talking about? That's my Mandami. All right, that's some New York stuff. Are y'all going back to Toronto? Was Toronto good?
Toronto was lit. They built apartments where we had the show, and that was why we didn't go back the next year. I don't know, maybe. Right now, our focus is on, for North America, it's this Orlando show, and then it's expansion outside of the States. I just did a deal in Tokyo, working on some more international markets. Definitely want to get to Africa, want to get into South America, Brazil, or somewhere, you know.
What about Vegas?
If we were to explore doing the Super Bowl model of a different city every year in North America, Vegas isn't a bad option. Especially because Vegas tourism is down right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be difficult since like it's a younger crowd? It might not be the particular crowd that like.
Nah, but they can still go stay at a hotel and go to a festival. They just they won't be doing. The younger ones won't be gambling and fucking going to strip clubs and shit, but they'll be going to the festival. Yeah,
for sure.
But you have a decent point there, though. Like, since we do have some younger fans, maybe Vegas isn't the best place for that. But there have been hip-hop festivals in Vegas that have sold out. So,
for the people asking, yes, Chief keeps on the lineup. You guys could go check out the lineup. Go to Rolling Loud on Instagram. And I think we're just Rolling Loud on Twitter, right?
Yeah, I think it's Rolling Loud on everything.
Yeah. You'll probably hear me talk about it a little bit as we get closer to it, because I'm definitely coming. I'm going to be up in there.
Are we on YouTube too?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, YouTube rolling loud. We just passed 1 million subscribers in the past few months. Subscribe.
Oh, you guys put out like, I always see the content where you guys like putting the Rolling Loud chain on everybody.
Yeah.
You still have that shit?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I want to start doing some new shit though, like, cause other people started copying the chain. And yeah, it's cool. You know. I was thinking like doing like ticket sales plaques. Like if you've, and I don't know if it's got the wristband on it or what, but like we've sold enough tickets now that you could have done enough shows with us that you've been a part of 1 million tickets with Rolling Loud, and you could get a platinum Rolling Loud plaque, or you could get a gold one for 500,000 tickets, you know, because we sell so many tickets. It doesn't take that many festivals to hit 500,000 tickets, you know?
Yeah, no, I'll be dope. Yeah. All right. Listen, we're gonna wrap this up. Any last questions? I think we pretty much hit everything. Did I hit everything, or has there been a few things that I missed?
I wish I had my publicist in the corner. Should be telling me like, "Yo, talk about this."
Nah, you don't need no publicist. What's the tea you want to talk about? What's the dirt, bro?
Nah, man. So I'm not that guy. You won't be getting no easy clips from me. Just Rolling Loud, man. Pull up.
All right, guys. I'm gonna be doing a regular stream, like topics and stuff. Not sure about tonight, maybe, but listen, conversations like this with someone who I feel like, I think you're always looking at the industry and like especially the live market, which you currently dominate. We're both kind of trying to like assess what's next and what's going on now. Yeah. So like I think these conversations, like my audience is like really, they're into like, you know, like inside baseball, but like inside music industry shit.
And I'm a little torn on like, cause I understand that, cause I am that. I want to know all the stuff too. But like I said, it's like how much of that stuff is supposed to be in the public domain? Yeah. You know, it's like it's entertainment, but it, like you said, inside baseball, in sports, like every player's contract is public. You know,
I just seen Finesse 2 Times post his contract. Like the actual contract. I'm like, you know,
a crazy contract.
Like back in the day, sales used to be like this, you know, secretive thing, right? Yeah. Where Nielsen SoundScan would have it, but no one would know. These days, every fan page knows sales and predictions, right?
Yeah, there's the streaming numbers, you know, like Spotify being the numbers are right there on Spotify, like. Yeah, that's an example. Like, yeah, people are like pocket watching on streams, and the first week sales thing is so trash because it's like, damn, man, if your first week sales are less than what people think you should be getting, just fucks your album.
Yeah, like, definitely, it's part of the initial I think that's why people like labels then buy records or like bot streams, because you if you don't start off hot, it's so hard to recover.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, listen, chat. Thank you for popping in. Tariq, I said it right this time. Yeah. Thank you for popping in, and you know, definitely, you know, we were waiting for you to make this announcement that we could chat, and I'm glad you came up here, my brother.
Nah, for sure. I'd come back. It was a good talk.
Definitely. Well, I'm probably gonna see you in Orlando.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll see you in Orlando.
Rolling Loud, baby.
All right, chat. Go copy our tickets. Rolling Loud Orlando. It's back in the States. If you didn't want to go to Mumbai, India, to go see your favorite